Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you all here. Hopefully, you have had yourself a good week. I know it's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, sunny day for me. It's nice and cool. I have a full cup of hot coffee, and I'm sitting with a bunch of friends, which is awesome. And we're about to do an indie comic, which we love here. That is our main purpose. Although Garbage Pail Kids are fun too. Nevertheless, we're going to be getting into that right away. We're doing M Squad today, and we'll talk to the creator here who is with us, which is nice. And of course, we have a few artists here, and as you know, artists are fickle and troublesome, and they'll pile in here over the next 30 minutes, I'm sure, and then beg me for more time at the end of the 2 hours, as they usually do. So,
More time.
more
Already.
time. Yes.
Since when?
But this is
Lies.
since always.
Oh, lies.
It's my burden. All right. But nevertheless, we're going to have ourselves some fun today. We're doing a very standard superhero comic. It's been a little while, actually. A lot of people have been trying to do different genres and stuff, which is cool. That is cool. But I do love my good old superhero comics I grew up with, of course. And of course, M Squad. We're going to get to know it, learn a little about it. This is the second one, actually. And let's go ahead and start that right out by saying hello to the creator. Hello, creator.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Would you like to tell us your name, creator?
I am Jerry Rasco. I am the creator, the artist, and the publisher of M Squad Comics.
Okay, Rasco. I can remember that.
Yes.
Jerry's easy too. That was my uncle's name.
Nice.
All right. Of course, everybody, I'm going over here and hitting the like and share button. Please do the same. Let everybody know we're on, so they'll come over and join us. And of course, I don't have Facebook, so someone else do that, please, because my Facebook was stolen. It's all right though.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it is what it is. But I got the Twitters, which I only look at once a week when I do this show. And I've actually tweeted once in my life on
Really?
Twitter. I did it like a year ago, I think it was. It was a big deal.
How edgy.
Yeah, it was very edgy. Very, very edgy. But I don't care much for SNS. What do you guys keep telling me what the hell is SNS? I guess you just say social media.
You think so?
Yeah.
I guess that's what the Americans say. I don't live there. I'm over here in Asia, and everybody says SNS. But nevertheless, we got that all done. So let's continue now. Jerry, your book is called M Squad, which I'm going to go ahead and share, and we'll talk about. So I guess the very, very first question that we're all going to have in that regard is why?
Why? What is M Squad? So the history, like I've described at times, it goes back to my love of superhero comics. Growing up in the 80s, primarily, I was super influenced by things like the Teen Titans run that George Perez worked on, the Walt Simonson X Factor, X-Men, Avengers, the Justice League. I love superhero comics. It's my passion. And so in middle school, all those years ago, I came up with the idea of this superhero team, and just sort of worked that idea over the years, revamping it, improving it. Meanwhile, all the while working, in the indie industry on other people's books. And so when it was time, and I had the time available to me, I said it was finally the opportunity to dip my feet in the water and make my own. And so M Squad is the comic. So it's a team of your classic superheroes. They they technically are a branch within the American government, but they're sort of independent of the normal military. They are designed to work and deal with what in my universe we call M's. M's are people who have superpowers. And in the first issue, they have to go and save what appears to be an innocent bystander from an attack. There's a mystery behind who launched the attack and why. And that person ends up becoming Spectrum, who is one of our main characters, and she ends up joining the team at the end. And so issue 2 takes us about 6 months later. Spectrum is part of the team, and they are reached out. A FBI agent who's a friend of our team leader reaches out to the team, needing their help to save a city from a group of techno terrorists that have taken over, and M Squad has to go and save the city. It's 40 pages of action and excitement in issue number 2.
Excellent. That was pretty good. Good job.
Thank
I am sitting here looking at your page though, and I'm going to have a few questions in regard to it.
Of course.
But first thing I would do is I'm going to take a look at your video here. The question I
Yeah.
ask everybody when they come in here is very simple. Am I going to like it?
If you like superhero comics, you are absolutely going to like it. As I mentioned, it's action packed, so we get into the action pretty quick. As well, because I understand not everybody was aware of the first issue. I did it focus on trying to recap a little bit in the beginning of the issue, so you can jump into issue number 2, get a recap of what happened in 1, and go ahead and keep enjoying the series. You don't have to necessarily have number 1. I do have copies of number 1 that are still available, but
Yeah.
you can jump into this and enjoy it. It's got a team that has interactions, comedy. It's got, as I mentioned, action. It's got you name it. So I think if you're a lover of superhero comics, should be right up your alley.
Awesome. Am I going to like the trailer though?
I hope so.
Okay.
I
Let
hope
me
so.
check. I'm pretty brutal, just so you know.
That's
little
fine. I
echo.
listen. I made the everything I do is pretty much myself. I made the trailer, and I am far from the greatest when it comes to video and video editing. But I'm working on it and getting better all the time, and improving my equipment and all that stuff. So hopefully you'll like it.
All right. Very good. Let me go over here and see if we can hear it. Let me deal with the volume. All right.
Hey everybody, Jerry Rasco here, and I am so excited.
Okay.
Brand new
First things first, I will get on with
to
this.
save the
It's
day.
this right
You'll-
here. What you should do, and you can adjust your page, is you need to create a 30-second, 50-second stinger. With like you have music, it's great. With showing off some of your stuff. And then take this video, and it's a talking head video, and you want to put it in the body of your page here. Okay.
Okay.
Then what you want to do in the body of your page, you want to put a couple of pages like you did in the video. Make sure
Right.
there's some dialogue on them so people can see get a sample of your writing, and put those in the body here. This is a bit short, which short and sweet isn't necessarily a problem, right? But you need to have a little bit so they can see the art and stuff, which you did to put into your video. But this video is way too long. We've been doing this a long time, and people, if they open that up in 2 minutes, they'll do just what I did. They'll shuffle through it or just shut it off. That's the
Gotcha.
reality.
Okay.
Whereas oddly, I know it's odd, but the reality is if you take the same video, you put a little stinger here, you put the same video down in the body, people will watch it. It's weird,
Okay.
but that's how people are, right? So as far as doing crowdfunders, this is kind of the little stuff. But definitely move that down there. Put a little stinger up here. Put a few pages up so people can look at it, and then I think you're good. Like I said, some people's pages are way too much. Right, so
Right.
short is
Yeah.
not a problem, but this does need a little bit more. One of the things you mentioned here, as I'm looking through your options, you do have some cover variants and stuff, which is great. And are you going to have the potential of doing a reprint of number 1?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you should
So
put that on offer as well, then, if you can
yeah.
do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, but that's what I would say offhand. One thing that would help the page, right? But one thing I do like is the art, though,
Heavy
because it
breathing.
looks great.
Thank you.
It's very classic, man. I love it. All
Thank you.
right, so we'll talk to you more about your what your story is here and everything, but I need to get everybody started. So therefore, usually we have Jeff Kazoo, and I'll save you from that. But we do have, when we have indies in here, kind of a request to get everybody started, and they have, of course, 2 hours. There are no requirements here. This is a PG-13 show, so just so you know, it's not for kids. But in that 2 hours, there are no rules. They could do whatever they like. But in order for them to start and get to it, get to crack that whip, Jerry, you need to give them a countdown. The countdown
Okay.
needs to be exuberant, it needs to be effervescent, and it needs to excite me, or I will be grumpy for 2 hours.
Well, that's
Dude,
certain.
you're grumpy for 2 hours anyway.
That's
Yeah.
true. That
Oof.
is true.
So like,
That's
you
fair.
know, whatever.
That's fair.
I'll do my best. I feel like I'm being set up, but we'll give it a shot. So,
You learn
all right.
quickly.
If everybody's ready, let's go ahead and get ready with the countdown. Here we go. We're gonna start with 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's kick it.
Oh, what part of the world do you come from where we start on 1? We're supposed to start on 0.
What?
Yeah, no, it's okay. That's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. Okay. But anyway, very good. At least Jeff, at least he didn't start at 10. That was better.
I would have made him start at 21.
That well, it's better than the guy that came in and started at 99. That was weird.
Listen, everybody's ready to go. I
Yeah,
mean,
they are ready to go. You're right. Very good. Thanks, Jerry. But of course, these guys are going to get at it, and they do have references. Like I said, I actually really like your art. We get mixes of stuff, and sometimes it's it's an aesthetic choice. But this is very classic, and I love it. But those couple of suggestions I gave you for the page, you should really think about doing it like that, dude.
100%. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, it's my first issue. I did go through Kickstarter. It was, in my opinion, a little simpler in terms of setting up a campaign. So going into Indiegogo was starting from scratch. I had no idea what I was really doing and had to figure it all out myself. So I am open always to feedback and assistance, which as an artist, it's a critique. You need to be open to critiques or you'll never grow and get better.
Oh,
so
sure.
I appreciate that.
Well, that's what
very
we're here
much.
for. That's what we're here for. Definitely to help out and make things optimal for you. But like I said, you don't have to go crazy with the page, but you definitely want to put some of your art on the page so people can look at it, because people are weird
Right.
about videos. And keep in mind, this isn't just observation over the years of doing this. This is actually research data that's been put into, particularly with Kickstarter. Indiegogo has been coming on, though, of course. But yeah, you want a little quick stinger for your trailer. You want your talking head video down in the body, and people will actually watch it. And a
Awesome.
little bit of art, and I also always suggest dialogue as well, so people can see it. But yeah, it looks good. If you do have the opportunity to offer your first issue in a reprint, that's also cool. But
I wanted to, Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love it. I love drawing superheroes. I love drawing sequentials. There's a lot of people that don't. They do it as a matter of it's a necessity, but I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, that would be the difference between a comic book illustrator and an artist. Sequentials.
Like doing conventions and stuff for years, I would get young artists who would come up to me, and I feel maybe just because I was approachable. I also have a background in art education, so people would come up and say, "Hey, can you look at my work?" And I can't tell you the number of kids that would come up to me, and all they would have is pin up, cover, splash, pin up, no storytelling whatsoever. And you go, "Well, do you have any storytelling, samples?" And they would go, I don't want to do that. I want to do covers." And you go, "Well, you have to build a career. You have to build a audience before you can be a cover artist." And so I think sometimes the sequential storytelling can be a little bit of a lost art.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. There's a big difference between it. And seeing as you have some artistic education, we have another artistic educator here. Hi, Kima.
Hello.
Hi. He does what you do.
Yes.
Very nice. So I'm Kima is north of us. Whereabouts in the States are you, Jerry?
I am in Central Texas.
Oh, Texas. All right, far away.
Yeah.
It's a big place. It's getting absolutely
Neighborhood.
Rose says that it is the Rose of Texas, just so you know.
Excellent.
Excellent. Now, are you a born and raised, or are you an immigrant?
I am a transplant. I've been here about 20 years.
Oh, no, that's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. You're assimilated.
My daughter was born here, so that kind of gives me honorary Texan status.
Yes.
She's full-blooded Texan. I'm
Oh,
honorary.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Well, that would make me honorary Hawaiian, and I don't want it. I rebuke
Oh
it.
no.
Yeah. But you know, one of the things, Rosa, you were chastising me a couple of weeks ago. One of the thing I hate most about Hawaii. Would you like to know what it is?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me anyway, and I know that
I know.
I
I know.
encourage you to let it out. Let it out.
The weather never changes.
I would.
It's always a perfect day. It's always
That's-
sunny, the exact right
Always?
temperature with just enough wind. The sunsets are absolutely world best spectacular. You know, every day, every day, and it doesn't change, Rosa.
The sky
It's
isn't trying to
infuriating.
rises up.
There's something to that. I mean, yeah, I know. So I grew up in New England, up in northern New England, and
Me too.
Cool.
we had what we called 5 seasons. So you had summer, fall, winter, mud season, and spring.
Sure.
And when I moved to Texas, you had hot and cold.
Yeah.
And I found that without the seasons to be there, the passage of time is different.
Mhm.
There's not things to mark
I
that.
know.
And I found
It's
it was a real
unnatural.
big transition we had to make. Yeah.
It's the devil's land.
It is not the devil's land.
It certainly is. Yeah.
It's a land of delicious, delicious barbecue.
Oh yes, it is.
Like I
That
said,
is
it's-
true. That is very true.
Now, I
But
will say that if you're from here, if you've lived here all your life, you know there's like 20 seasons actually. All of them either hot or cold, but they're accompanied by differing levels of moisture. And so,
Rosa, I'm
Eight to
going to
10,
use
yeah.
a term from the youngins, the young peoples. I do believe that sounds like a great deal of cope.
it is not cope.
No.
It's definitely cope.
The sky trying to kill you season versus the earth trying to burn you to death season versus the 3 days that we have is perfect, which is called fall.
Mhm,
And then
Right.
then winter, which is either 70 degrees and muggy or it's brutally like 5 degrees above zero. And that's it, and then the wind is howling at 50 miles an hour. There's so
Yeah.
many different ways to live Texas. But yeah, if you're not from
Yeah.
here, it feels like it's hot or cold, and there's no in between at all. We had a perfect day yesterday. And if you'll notice it, there was one perfect day. It was yesterday. I loved it. Spring
Right.
happened. Now it's over.
And then it is 40-degree swings in a day. 0 wind, 40-mile-an-hour wind. Anything can happen in Texas at any time. The closer you are down to the Gulf, you live in just breathing water. You start to develop gills like you're Aquaman or something.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Oh no, I
Oh,
lived
you-
down in Mobile, Alabama for a while. And
Oh,
every
yeah.
day around 1 o'clock it rained for 10 minutes.
Really?
Yep.
Just there you go. Yeah, I heard that was Florida weather too. It's like
Well, they are
This
near.
the sky just said, "I've had enough,"
Yes.
and it's time to let it go.
Yes. And I also learned down in Alabama, if you have a king snake at your house, you're very lucky, even though they're very aggressive and love to chase children.
I have
True.
heard that.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah,
eat other
yeah.
snakes, so I guess. But anyway, I'm taking a look at some of your art. You can see here on the Discord. You can see my my page is displaying. This character here seems to be a blaster of some kind. What's his name?
So this is Nova, and he is the pyrotechnic of the team.
Oh, I see.
And his sister, his older sister, is Frostbite, and she is the ice power, and she is also the brains of the operation. So she is the science-based person within the team.
I see. Is he a jerk like the Marvel Pyro or no?
No, not necessarily. He's more of a prankster. He is the guy because he's the younger brother, so he's more of the quick wit. He is more of the risk taker, more apt to jump in and do crazy stuff and then live with the consequences.
I see.
His
So
sister
he's
being
Wally
the
West.
scientist.
Got it.
Yeah. I gotta admit, there's a little Human Torch element there,
Sure.
you know.
Well, I mean, we all make what we know, right? It's
Right.
it's all an homage. Everything's an homage.
Right.
All right, so we got Nova here.
Archetypes are
This guy looks like his name is Boulder, which makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
A rocky, strong tank fighter guy.
Yep.
Um,
So
this-
yep.
We got a cover here. We got the two guys I looked at, but there's some other guys here. The sister must be this one down here with the ice blast coming out of her hand.
Correct.
And what's her name?
On the lower left, Frostbite.
Frostbite. Ooh, that's painful. Who's the gooey guy in the back?
The guy in the back is it's a glow. He is Gravite. He is the leader of the team, and he controls gravity.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. Who's the girl next to him?
The girl next to him is Spectrum. So she's the person who's introduced as a civilian in issue number 1 and then joins the team. She has the ability to make hard light objects. So she takes light and turns it into solid, essentially rainbow colored force fields.
Yeah. I saw on your page you had her. She's the colorful one here. It's quite cute.
Yes.
Actually. It's a very cute picture you got there. It's quite cute. It's nice.
Yeah, I was really excited. I wanted to get some variant covers that had different styles than my own. So I reached out to this artist named Tenshi, who is an incredible manga artist, and wanted to get a manga flavored, inspired cover. And he chose Spectrum as his subject.
Okay. Amy.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I fixed it. I've been kind of muting you on and off because I was getting really heavy feedback from you, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, now
it's
how
good
would
now.
that
It's
be?
good now, though. But I just to let you know that check it if it's muted. It's because I clicked it. But it sounds good now.
How do
so
I
that's good.
stop this?
I don't
mean,
know.
I've got my sound going through headphones. What's
Well,
my
you
microphone
sound good
going
talking to
through?
me. Let's let Jerry speak again. Say something, Jerry.
Sounds great. Amy sounds fine on my headphones.
Well, there you go. It works. So whatever
Okay.
was happening isn't happening now, so we're all good. Let me go back to what I was looking at here.
Okay.
And we got the animal bestial man down on the bottom right.
Yep, that is Fang. And so his powers would mimic sort of what you would think of as a werewolf, though it's not mystical. But he has real sharp, razor sharp claws, fangs. He's quick, he's agile, he's strong.
Excellent. So now Spectrum is our eyes. She's our entry into the world, right? From your first book.
Yes,
the
in
number
issue
3.
1, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
So in issue 1, I mean, don't give too many spoilers, but this team you said works for the government and they take care of things that normal things can't handle. How did our Spectrum come into the fold? How did that all work off? Well, I guess let me ask this question first.
Sure.
Are superpowered people known publicly, or is it a secret?
So it's known publicly.
Okay.
And so you do have some people that would use their powers in whatever method they choose. Some people are good, some people are bad, just like
Sure.
real people.
Right.
So in this case, she is a superpowered being, but it starts off, she's just a normal college student. She is coming out of class one evening, kind of kvetching about the fact she can't afford a car, so she's got to walk home, but she really likes she is studying design, fashion and design, and she's approached by what seems to be a figure wearing a hat and overcoat, and grabs her and says, you have to come with me. And she fights back. And again, it's not a huge spoiler, but we find out that it's not a regular person. Let's put it that way. And so she tries to fight back, but it's at night and her powers are light based. So she's limited to what she can do being under a street light. And just when things look like they're going to get out of hand, M Squad arrives to save the day.
I see. So she probably wants to carry like flashlights and things like that.
So that's part of the resolution of issue number 1. You kind of dove into that of how do we do that? So yeah, there's an introduction of an artificial strong light source that helps save the day.
Oh, nice. There you go. All right. And in this world, have you developed a cosmology of, I mean, if it's a spoiler, don't tell me. But have you developed a cosmology that explains why superpowers exist, or is it just something that has always been?
No, so I do, and there's a brief in issue 1. I kind of have a write up in it inside of the front cover a little bit to just very quickly explain the world. And the idea is So the M, originally, my original idea, again, going back to the 80s, the M was for mutant, but you can't use mutant. Mutant is a trademark term, so
is
you
it?
have to come up with something else. Yeah, Marvel technically owns the term mutant. So,
Does
so
DC
what
own Meta?
I don't know if they own it per se, but you would definitely get in trouble if you used Meta. So what I did is I went along the same line. So it's a genetic idea, and it's just a next step in human evolution. So as opposed to being Homo sapiens, they are Maximus sapiens. They are
Right.
people whose genetic potential has reached the maximum level, which does all kinds of different things. And so instead of calling everybody Maximus sapiens, they're called M's in the world.
Sure. No, I get you. Yeah, there's many ways to do it, of course, when it comes to superhero stuff. Actually, one of my favorite resolutions to that was in I think it was started with White Wolf. It certainly uses their the World of Darkness system game. It's a tabletop game, but it's called Aberrant, and it's a superhero game, right? And their solution in there is super awesome. But that's also one of the best. I collected all those books just to read them, really. But that was a really neat solution. I always love to see how people solve the various issues they have to solve cosmologically, right?
Right.
But cool. All right. So we got a pretty standard super art team that has all the kind of needed, tanks and DPS and healers. Do we have a healer?
We do not.
Okay. Very good.
But they do, like, as a part of technically of the U.S. military, they have resources. So we see they have advanced technology in terms of like their transportation. They have staff members. They have training facilities. So they would have medical facilities in their base of operations.
Well, sure. That makes sense. Very good. Well, let me go over here and say hello to the artists. So I will start where I am, and this artist here, Jerry, he's from Australia, and he has told us that Foster's is not a thing.
I've heard that.
Yeah, we think he's lying, personally.
But is shrimp on the Barbie a thing?
No, he told me that wasn't a thing either. He also said no one eats Vegemite. I don't know. He just lied to me left and right. I don't know these Australians. Amron, hi, dude.
All right, how you going?
I'm going
Been a
well.
while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Been a while.
A little bit. Now, just so you know, Jerry, Amron here is our local or resident pinup artist, and he does like the bosoms. Just so you know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That is true.
I spent 6 years drawing a book called Naughty and Nice, featuring 2 female characters. So I get it.
Yeah. No. We all get it. He's seems like he's latched on to Prism here, and she is a cute character. I like the design you have for her. It's nice, and of course she's our eyes, so that's always interesting too. So how's the weather down there, Amron? I hear you guys have been having flooding and typhoons and all kind of stuff, and therefore you can't have any elections if you have any kind of bad weather. I've heard.
Yeah, it's all right now.
Oh, it is. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the girls, of course, want to know what you had for lunch.
Only 11:30 for God's sakes.
True. That's true. How about breakfast? Did you eat breakfast?
I did.
Yeah, I had
like anyone else would.
I had an egg and sausage sandwich. What did you have?
Just egg in the toasted sandwich maker.
Oh yeah, that's good. I thought you were gonna say homily grits, but
No.
No. You ever tried grits?
No.
No.
Not a
No,
thing
you're not.
down
You
here.
don't want to eat that. It's pretty awful. It's awful.
It's not a thing down here either.
No, I wouldn't imagine it would be. It's all those kind of traditional foods everyone goes on and on about. They're just awful. There's just poor people food when we didn't have food, and they try to make it like it's a good thing. It's not. It's just not. Like someone tried to tell me black-eyed peas are good. No.
You know, lobster started out as poor people food?
Yeah, I'm a New Englander. I've been told
Yeah.
many times.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can
What
get
part of New
red-
England?
I am a swamp Yankee, sir.
Awesome.
I came from Vermont.
Oh well, that's the Crooked Cow land. I'm from Rhode
Yes.
Island.
Okay, gotcha.
Just so you know, just to get it out of the way, we're better than you.
That's fine. Y'all buy all the syrup, so
We do.
whatever. And
We
you,
do.
you ski up in Vermont,
We
so
do. We go up and
spend
get
your
our
money.
fireworks from you in New Hampshire. That's about all you're used to us, to be honest with you.
right.
Yeah, and I think one of you was responsible for that idiot Bernie Sanders.
Oh
I'll
my
just
God.
blame you.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
fair enough.
Bernie Sanders was there before me, but yeah,
Yeah, I hear he
was there
likes
before the
couches.
state.
he likes couches. Yeah.
No,
Good,
actually, we used to go up to New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine all the time. Yeah. It's nice green land, man. I like it. You used to go to New Brunswick all the time up in there. We stay a bit away from the Quebecois. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. We don't have to really discuss
Oh
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. But anyway, moving away from Amron, who really doesn't want to discuss his food and beverage likes, let's move on here. Next, of course, we have Amy, and she has like a love scene where they're hugging, and it's all. She's going to give you diabetes, just so you know.
I know it. I'm looking. It is adorable.
It's going to get worse.
That's all. You can
a
stop
lot.
right there. It is just adorable.
Yeah.
Hey.
So hi, Amy. How you doing?
She knows exactly.
Oh,
what she's-
doing pretty good.
I'm glad the
are
mic
you-
worked itself
I-
out.
Are you shipping two of my characters? Am I going to have to
think
put
so.
this into canon?
I thought
Yes.
the little boy looked really happy, and he looks like he can fly. And Spectrum, is that her name? The little girl.
Spectrum?
She looks
Mhm.
really happy. Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought they
Cool.
both look really happy, so they could be giving each other a hug.
Oh,
I like it.
Do you have only one flyer?
No, so Gravite, as he controls gravity, he can fly and he can assist the rest of the team in flying as
Oh,
well.
there you go. Got to have that handiness there. That's
Yep.
like one of the
Hey.
things that Chris Claremont did with the X-Men. I liked was introducing Gateway.
Oh, right. Yeah. What a Deus Ex Machina. Anywhere you need to be,
Yeah,
Gateway. Great
but
idea.
it was kind of cool. He chose an Aboriginal guy. It was neat. It was neat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cool. I love that
Yeah.
run. The Silvestri run, a huge influence on me.
Yeah. But yeah, there was some cool stuff. You always need to have various team combos and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I do think the funniest fastball special I ever saw involving Wolverine was with She-Hulk, and she said she was kind of questioning it because she's only heard of men doing it, and she's first female to do it, and of course she was commenting on how firm his buttock was and how much she liked it, and then after she tried to hit on him, get him to come back to her hotel room, and he said, "Shh, I ain't taking Juggernaut sloppy seconds," and then she's screaming and
It's
yelling
wrong.
because why does everybody think I slept with Juggernaut? It was funny.
Yeah.
I'm like young.
Yeah, I don't know why they always have to whore up the She-Hulk. I don't know why they do that, but they do whore her out pretty bad, dude.
It's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair. Very good. Alrighty. Well, let me move on. Oh, well, first I gotta say, oh, hi, Amy. How you doing? Yeah.
Still doing pretty good. I think. Hopefully, I've got some sound and it's not feeding back terribly.
Mhm. What did
Sounds
you
pretty
have
good.
for lunch?
Okay.
Salad, carrots.
Ooh,
Cheese
that
puffs?
sounds nice. What did I have? Did I get anything? Oh, that's right. I had some chicken, egg foo young.
Chicken egg foo young. That's like foreign
was pretty
food.
good.
You're not allowed to eat foreign food.
Well, I mean, they sell it across. That's not even across the street.
No,
It's
no, no,
around
no.
the
We're in a
corner.
trade war. Have you not heard?
What? I'm pretty sure they still make the chicken.
I
egg
do
foo
like
young.
me
It's
some egg
just
foo
fine.
young. Although my favorite, to be fair, if it
Hmm?
wasn't like some mom and pop, which of course are always better. My favorite chain
Mm,
Chinese food
Sure.
was definitely Panda
Mhm.
Express, and it was their what is their orange chicken? Oh, that shit was like crack, man.
Yeah,
What was good?
that's the
Oh,
flagship.
nice.
Yeah, I
That's all
haven't.
the
That's just
MSG
like
they put
chicken.
in it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I
It's
haven't
addictive.
eaten that in 30 years.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow. I guess they wouldn't have Panda Express
Well, no, I
in
mean I can
Japan,
just go
would
get
they?
real Chinese food
They just call it express.
Right.
down the street.
So now you're bragging.
Call it
Yeah.
express.
Now you're bragging, showing off.
No,
I can
oh
do
no,
this
me
anytime I
never.
want.
I would never do that.
Mm.
What are you
Have
talking
you
you
heard
about?
about his yacht with a helicopter?
No, I
Oh,
have
I
no.
know.
There is no helicopter. I keep telling you
It's
that.
on the landing pad on the yacht.
No. Although I
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
there is a spa I like to go to from time to time, and on your bungalow there is a helicopter pad on the roof. That is kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's where it keeps the helicopter.
I've never used it though, but it's neat that potentially I could.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know,
There you
it's
go.
really bad, Chester, when the nicest people on our stream are the ones that figure you out first.
What?
Say what? What? Hold on. What?
Well, they're definitely not right though. I don't have a helicopter on my yacht. It's only 60 feet.
I don't
It's
know,
not
man.
very
They're
big.
pretty sharp. Now you're knocking them down. I just
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, Jerry.
Alright.
This
No.
jealousy's been going on forever. They're very upset with me that I have a 30-year-old, or actually it's almost 35-year-old yacht. For some reason, that's a big deal. I don't know why.
Listen, haters are gonna hate.
They gotta
There's nothing you
hate,
can do
man.
about it.
I know.
What? It's fine. But the story does get bigger. It's fun.
It does. You guys have. It's amazing how big this story has gotten. I just sit back and revel in it. But especially with the
legend
sex
grows.
ride on the
About that.
mountain, that one really is getting out of control, though. I think personally. But anyway, moving along. That's Amy. Let me go talk to her sister here, Jerry. This is Melissa or Honey. Same meaning, really. How you doing, Honey? This is neat. What you got going on here, and how we going to animate it? She does animation, by the way, in a 2-hour period.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So
Okay, my
yeah.
okay, my hope is that I'm kind of I'm gonna get anything done. I'm kind of I'm making some modifications for like head poses and stuff,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I'm using this as a model for I want to try and create basically like a 80s style cartoon eye catch,
Oh yeah.
and everyone's gonna be like
Oh,
smiling at the
fun.
camera, waving, and
Oh, that's
this
cool.
is like a little M
We'll be
Squad will
right
be
back.
right back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, I love it.
That's cool. That's cool. I was going to request that Prism would twerk, but okay, this is good.
Yeah. I'm not that good at moving hips, so they're tough to animate.
I bet they are. But no, I get what you're doing. That's going to be cool. And starting with the set art gives you more time to get done what you want, which is good.
Right.
Excellent. Very good. Well, Jerry, really is interesting what you had for lunch. Yeah.
Oh, she's in the zone.
Oh, what I had for lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, I got a Taco Supreme
Oh.
and a Taco Bell, and I ended up and a little later I kind of finished up the leftover egg foo young.
Oh, nice. So you were sharing sisters. That's nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know what a Taco Supreme is.
Oh, it's basically like a normal soft shell taco. It
Biggest
could be hard
taco
shell
of all.
too. And Taco Bell, like a normal taco, just has like cheese, meat, and lettuce. The
Mhm.
Supreme usually includes diced tomato
Mhm.
and sour cream.
So it's a taco, not a burrito.
It's a taco, yeah.
So it's small.
But you need to say it right.
It's
You need to say
It is
Taco
small.
Supreme like that.
Supreme, yeah.
It's bird.
Yeah. So has the diarrhea hit yet, or is that later?
No, I'm pretty hardy with that stuff.
Oh, that's good because Alan keeps telling me that the Mexican food is dangerous for you.
No, Taco Bell is not Mexican food. I give you girls credit because I'd be dying.
Well, it is Tex-Mex. That is fair. That is fair. That's what America does, man. We take other people's stuff and we adjust it. We gave the world
That's true.
pizza. That
make
was
it
kind of
worse.
nice.
That's good.
We gave the world hamburgers. That was kind of nice. Hot dogs. Yeah. Good.
I was at the gas station and I saw this, the like instant ramen soup. It's like in a big bowl.
Uh-huh.
And it was like El Tormito's ramen soup, and it had this painting of a guy with a big sombrero ramen soup. And I'm kind of like,
Oh, that's
so
nice.
ah,
That's good.
right?
Sombreros are great. But
they are.
Yeah, no, of course, in my state, we're famous for coffee ice cream, and of course, we created chowder, New England clam chowder. What's Vermont? What'd you guys create? I'm sure you've created a bunch of stuff.
Maple syrup, Ben and Jerry's.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Those are the big exports.
Yeah, yeah. I hear the Ben and Jerry's guys are not happy.
Slavery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they get upset a lot.
It doesn't matter. They sold the company years ago. It's owned by Breyers.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting
Huh.
because Ben and Jerry's is way better than Breyers ice cream.
It is, right? So you can still go and tour the factory to this day.
Oh, neat. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
New
cool-
England's got the best ice cream anyway. There's so many mom and pop ice cream places all over.
Anybody from New England doesn't understand that there's a thing that we have. It's soft serve ice cream, but we don't call it soft serve ice cream. It's called a creamy.
Yeah.
And it's because it literally has more higher cream content or fat content than soft serve ice cream. And
Oh,
it defeats any ice cream you've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's seasonal.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It is the best. But that's okay. We
Is it
know
like
we're
a
better
law
than
that
them.
they
We
can't
don't
call
have
it ice
to.
cream?
We don't have to. Dig it in. But very good, honey. Let's go ahead and move over here to Kima. Like I said, Kima is an art educator as well. She's doing your Fang character. Very nice. Hi, Kima.
Hello.
Hi. So you've gone with the. Of course, she has a werewolf comic book, so I guess I get it. She's
cool.
quite good at doing furry things. Yeah. Have you seen
Very
Kima's
cool.
And
art
everything
before,
else.
Jerry? And everything else.
I have not. This is my first time.
You're in for a treat. Yeah. It's always pretty scratchy in the beginning, but it turns into be like what? Very soon.
Amazing?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with
She
Always
scratchy?
amazing.
well, she cheats though. Don't believe a word
I
she
don't
says.
cheat.
Yeah, you do.
She doesn't cheat. She's the incredible Kima.
How in the hell am I cheating?
By being good.
Oh, it's not my fault. I learned.
That's fair.
Learned real good.
She learned
I
real
paid
good.
attention in class.
Right.
Can't say the same for most students.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Now, do you have a question for Kima, Jerry? Now, she's a bit ornery, so watch it.
A bit ornery. Well,
She's great.
let's steer away from the lunch conversation, I guess.
Oh well, if you
do
must.
what do you do? Do you have
Yeah,
big
you'll
weekend
learn that.
plans? Anything exciting?
Yeah, there we go. What's going on the weekend?
Nothing.
Nothing? You're just going to sit in a
Nothing.
chair and stare at a wall all day?
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I
Okay.
can afford to do.
That's fine.
I'm kind of jealous, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, prices
Okay.
over there for you guys are kind of hammering, but they'll come down eventually.
Yeah, I was supposed to be, working at the grocery store tomorrow, and it's not happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't have any hours for you. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I really needed that money, you bastards.
Yeah.
Oh my
well,
god.
Casual.
Y'all
That's
buy
the
Kima's
casual
art.
life.
She makes cool
Casual.
werewolves.
Oh, tis life.
Living casual.
Tis life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tis life. Well, actually, I have a student I have to teach this weekend, so it's not too bad.
Well, there you go.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you have any students that shine or stand out for you?
I had one that just graduated university, and they
Oh,
got a job
fantastic.
in an animation company.
That's
that's
nice.
great.
That's real
Really?
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Exciting.
I got a 6-year-old, and
Mhm.
she is ridiculously precocious and smart as a whip, but she hasn't. She just turned 6, and she's quite proud of it. But she hasn't got to the point where she can focus for more than 7 minutes, 8 maybe.
Mm.
Yeah. When she gets to the point that she can actually sit and focus for an hour, watch out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally you get of course here in Japan, the students are a little bit higher caliber on average, I guess, but occasionally you do get one who's just like, oof, you see they're
Yeah.
going to be something, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love having Japanese students.
Oh yeah, no, they're great. They are
Yeah, I
great.
love having the exchange students come by and they take some classes, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a great class.
Yeah. No, I'm blessed with it on a
Vacation.
daily basis. But I think the last one like her I had come through was interestingly another girl. But it was so long ago, like 15 years ago. She is now works with the Japanese embassy in Washington.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's a staffer over there.
That's cool.
Yeah, she always said she wanted to be an ambassador. She's not that yet, but still, she's on track
That's
for it.
in the right direction. Yeah.
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 Pretty
I actually got a
impressive.
bunch of students all over the world, man. That it's interesting how they keep in touch with me.
Oh.
Yeah. I have one girl in Kenya, and she does translations for various people coming on safari tours.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
Oh, fun.
Mm, that is cool.
Does she
That is really cool.
translate into more than Japanese, or does she know a lot of languages?
Well, she was, of course, in my English class, but she was also in my Greek class. And
Oh,
no, not the Greek one. She was in the German class. So yeah, she can do those two. But I would imagine, well, she doesn't not like she talks to me all the time. I just get like every few years I'll get
right.
this message from her. I think she's mostly just dealing with Japanese tourists.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right, let's move on here. Let's go over and take a look at what Two Banana Mike is doing. Now, understand, you got to get this right, Jerry. It's not 3 bananas, nor is it a single banana. It's a 2 banana.
That's
Fair
right.
enough.
Okay. Now, Mike is doing your thing. Oh, goodness, Mike. It looks great, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah. This is
Alrighty.
definitely. Now, see, the thing I like about Mike is he's a proper artist. He doesn't do none of that scritchy, scratchy nonsense.
Oh, kiss my ass.
Hold on a minute. Here.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oof.
There. Hold on, Kima. I got you. Chester's just
Ugh.
blowing hard, like, you know.
What?
So there's your scritchy scratchy.
Oh, it's barely scritchy, scratchy. I'll
Oh.
give you that's a 2 on the scritchy, scratchy. You know who's amazing scritchy, scratchy is Eric. He's not here
Yeah.
yet.
I just, Chester, I just, I don't know. I was always criticized. People told me my sketches were finished drawings. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
I like your stuff. It's really good. Yeah.
So that's just how I draw.
Now, how about you, Jerry? Now, your
I'd
art
say
it
okay.
looks really good in a finished result. Are you a scritchy, scratchy guy, or are you just like Dan Fraga?
No, I am an underdrawing guy. And I actually learned from Brian Stelfreeze. I don't know if everybody is familiar with
Oh,
the
yeah.
name Brian Stelfreeze. I met him at a show at a convention and when I was beginning of college age. And I was under the belief up to that point that like you said, like a Dan Fraga, meaning every line is your finished line.
Yeah.
So I had tons of these drawings where it'd be like, I'm drawing, something gets out of whack, and you stop and you go, nope, that didn't work.
Yeah.
So you only had a few things that worked out pretty much okay. And he sat down at this show and was like, no, let me show you. Let me show you underdrawing. Let me really explain it to you.
Mhm.
Because I was always like, well, I don't want to erase. If I want to draw something in pencil, how do I erase? He showed me his technique and I adopted it, and that's been my go-to. So I'm definitely an underdrawing person.
Well, actually, we've had Dan on the show, and he gave I don't know, it must have been 20 minutes of explaining how he does what he does. It was pretty cool. And then he told us a really dirty story.
I believe it. I've gone to dinner with several times with Rob Liefeld, and he has told me some Dan Fraga stories. So I believe everything you say.
Oh no, Dan's cool, for sure.
Yeah.
But although Rob Liefeld, we won't bring that conversation up. People are going to get upset with you.
He's a golden man.
The golden
retriever.
But it looks really good, Mike. Can't wait to see when it's
Thanks.
finished. Let me
does.
go
It
ahead
looks
and move over to Elrod. How you doing, Elrod?
I'm good, Chester.
Oh, you're doing the stone guy. Nice.
I'm going slow. I'm doing a million things at once right now.
I see. Well, now, Jerry, understand here with Elrod, Rodimus Flash, that this is the first of probably 8 pieces that he'll do.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's one of
Like
those
that.
lightning. Now this is another guy who just draws. He doesn't need the scratchy.
Wow.
Oh, you know
Now-
what? If I do like thumbnails and all that, I do too much detail, and I don't want to do it again.
Oh, fair.
Gotcha.
Fair enough. I don't know
see
what that
that.
means, but
I've done
okay.
whole books. I filled up like whole books, like whole graphic novels, you know, written and everything. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to redraw this. It's done.
That's fair.
Wow.
I understand that.
I have a question about the name though. Is this because you're a Transformers fan?
You know what? I think that's how it started. Because my name is Elrod. Everybody called me Elrodimus all the time.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm a huge Transformers fan. I grew up in the era of Transformers and we were too poor for me to get Transformers. So as an adult with disposable income, I have developed a rather large Transformers collection.
Well, there you go. Yeah, no, I only
Nice.
had one. I had the guy that was a boombox cassette player. I had that guy.
Nice.
So
It makes
Soundwave
sense
or
that you would
Blaster,
have a
one of the two.
Decepticon.
I think Soundwave sounds about right. He had a little like a
Yeah.
bat, the cassette inside. it
Soundwave
into a bat.
actually,
Although, you know what, Chester?
Soundwave was a tape, just a tape player.
He was a Walkman, yeah.
There
It was a
there were
Walkman.
two,
Yeah,
right? There
Walkman sounds
was,
about right. Yeah.
wasn't there an Autobot one too that was yellow,
Yeah,
red, and
Blaster.
silver?
He was the
Blaster.
ghetto blaster. Yeah, he was the ghetto blaster.
Well, this
Which
was
one
back
did
in
you have,
the
Chester?
early
Was it-
'80s. So
I had a lion.
Chester,
Came
was
with
it
a
blue
little
and purple,
Voltron one.
or was it the red, yellow, and silver?
it was purple.
Okay, yeah, then that was Soundwave. Yeah.
Although my next door
Just buy
neighbor
one later.
Jack had all of the Transformers.
Hey, I knew a kid on the bus that
Mhm.
had the GI Joe aircraft carrier.
Oh yeah, no, those kids. I
Oh,
hate those
dude,
kids.
that was so cool. And it had that
Yeah.
little thing you could pull it back and it shot the plane into your brother's eye and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Those
That's
things are worth so
specifically what it
much
was
money.
built for.
Yep.
That's feature.
Maiming siblings.
If you can find one of those today, it is big dollars.
Oh, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Transformers are a great investment because it has rabid fan base that'll pay anything.
Oh no, that's true. A lot of things like that. I don't have too many things. I do have a lot of original Magic the Gathering cards, and my son told it wasn't my son, it was Ben. Ben told my wife, "Oh, you know that's really valuable." Now she asked me where they are. I refuse to tell her.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, no, because I have like a whole bunch of Black Lotus and Kobolds and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Hey, I had a chance to buy unopened boxes when they came out of all the same, like you're saying with Pokemon.
Yeah.
I would have been sitting on a landmine of money had I just not gone, well, that's a stupid kid's property.
Yeah, but the thing with it is if I collected it,
Grow up.
why would I want to sell it?
Right.
I mean, what's the
Absolutely.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
and
No,
then
no, I'm
if
just
you're,
saying,
if
like,
you're
it's
old enough,
unbelievable what the stuff is shot up to. You
Yeah,
know?
it is.
if you're old enough, we're all part of the Beanie Baby generation. We all got burned, or our parents, somebody we know,
Yeah.
got burned on the Beanie Baby. So we're all like, "Is this really going to be worth anything?"
Of
You know.
course not.
So
Yeah, no, we had in my house with my kids,
That's
there was a
tragic.
single Beanie Baby, and it was the Moose.
Ah.
Yeah. Although
You can't go
Because
to
moose
like
are kind of
a
fun.
flea market without someone trying to give those things away to you now.
right,
right.
Yep.
they
And
they
you're
did
just like,
feel they
you
felt
know, they
nice in the
bought all
hand. They
those
was
as
cushy.
like so-called investment. Ugh.
Yeah, no. We saw a lot of that kind of stuff. But you know, when if you've been around long enough, you probably got a few things that people want. I think I haven't checked the price. I don't know what it is, but probably my most expensive collectible is Spider-Man #1.
Oh, the McFarlane
Up
Spider-Man.
that island.
Dude,
Turn
for
a
real?
flight tonight.
Okay.
I have
which
no idea what it's
Spider-Man?
worth though, but I've been told it's expensive. So
What year is it?
the original from the
The
60s.
original.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you're probably
Amazing.
looking
You're
at
talking ASM #1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve
Because
Ditko.
you said Spider-Man
Yeah,
#1
Steve
first. I'm like,
Ditko. I have the Steve
okay.
Ditko, you know, the original, the
Yeah.
Ultra original.
geez.
I actually have the entire
Actual
run
Spider-Man.
of Spider-Man all the way up to like 94, 95. Amazing Spider-Man.
You should
Nice.
be made a
So I actually do a weekly YouTube series on my YouTube channel where I'm going through issue by issue, starting with Amazing Fantasy 15 and doing an artistic review of the storytelling techniques, the storytelling psychology, the artistic viewpoint from Amazing Spider-Man. And so next week I'm going to be up to issue 11.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, we've done a bunch of stuff like that over here over the years. It's fun. It's good fun.
Yeah.
To be fair, when we talk about Ditko, I mean, the Spider-Man, I loved. I was a big fan. That's why I have it. I just bought him when I was a kid at the off the rack, right? But actually, I think my favorite Ditko is Doctor Strange, though.
That was more up his alley.
It was beautiful, beautiful stuff, man. Yeah. I didn't read it, but I did see an article that popped up like today or yesterday. Where his son was speaking about something. Ditko's kid was talking about something.
Really?
I don't know what it was regarding, but I did see Ditko mentioned. But yeah, I loved his Doctor Strange was so psychedelic. They're really beautiful stuff, man. Really good. I think the very first comic I ever bought was in 1975 or 6, and it was a Daredevil, and he was in the yellow costume.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
So-
going way back now.
Yeah.
If you're yellow costume, you're
Yeah,
like,
that's
Yeah,
pre
it was my
pre
first
Wally
one.
Wood.
Yeah. And then in the
yeah.
mid 80s, I was able to pick up all the Spider-Mans before I was born. And I got a bunch of Green Lanterns. Yeah, I was pretty serious as a kid. I got a lot of stuff.
That's the time you
Disposable
get it.
income. I was working at the CVS.
Ooh.
you making the big bone.
Mm-hmm.
With a spinner rack right there too, probably.
That's right.
Mhm.
And I was trusted, even though I was a high school kid, I was trusted to take the money across the street to the bank.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, those fools. That's where you got Spider-Man #1.
Yeah.
Mystery song.
No, I mean I did pay a bit for it, but it wasn't that much at that time.
Yeah, not when you're taking other people's money to pay for things. It's cheap.
Well, it's fair enough. Although I think my favorite Spider-Man is the Craven's Last Hunt. That run was great.
That cover is the
It's
best.
It is. Well, I like that one, and I like the Wolverine one that had the claws ripped in it, and then they had an underpage with the actual art. That was cool.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that was neat. And the one
Die
where
cut.
he's got his claws up, Wolverine's got his claws up, and you see the shining of Hulk. And that big fight he was having the Hulk in I think it was in the woods, forest.
Yeah, it's McFarlane, yeah. Hulk.
Issue
Yeah.
240.
A lot of good stuff. And I remember when they came out with Wolverine, the actual comic Wolverine, that was a great run in the beginning, dude. That was amazing.
Buscemiz.
Yeah, it was good. So he was doing a lot of the hand stuff, and it was just really good. And they had
Yeah.
some good stuff, fights in there with Sabretooth as well. Yeah, it was some good stuff, man. Unfortunately, it's been more than a decade, man. We're really not getting good stuff. I guess a few years ago there was a fair little run from Spider-Man, but man, Marvel's dropped the damn ball, dude.
Well, you heard what Tom Brevoort said last week, right?
No.
He goes, "If you don't like what we're doing, don't buy it."
Well,
Tell
we're
him
not.
No, exactly.
Yeah, clearly.
Congratulations.
Numbers prove
But
that out.
the
That's
nerve
like
he has to
suicide.
say that is just unbelievable.
Well, that's how they feel, though. I mean, but
Oh, I
they've,
know.
I mean,
yeah.
they've
But no one
literally
buys it,
race swap,
but
gender
no
swap,
one-
and gayed up every single character. Literally every character is now gay. It's like,
What?
huh? And it's like when
Didn't-
we were kids, it's like we had gay characters as well, and female characters and
Wolverine.
black characters and all kind of stuff. I mean, one of my favorite characters, who is that guy that's a New Mutant, I think? Was it Warpath? Was that his name? The Indian guy?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't do Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Warpath.
great stuff. I mean, we had some good stuff and no one cared. And now it's these people, man. It's ridiculous.
I-
Oh, well.
Didn't Brevoort come out recently and just basically admit that the comic books are just nothing but IP farms?
Yeah, he said that a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. He
Yeah.
doesn't care. That guy's there collecting a paycheck. He's a toad.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not
Fair
get
enough.
paid off ESG anyway.
Sorry,
They
yeah.
work
Work for Magneto.
No, there's a
all they
lot of
make
toads over there, dude. There are a lot of toads.
no, they make their money off of investors, and those investors are half of them are ESG to begin with. So they're literally pumping this money into there to
Yeah.
destroy the IP. That's what they do.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
been
it's just legacy
unfortunately. Yeah,
corporate crap.
it is unfortunately. I think the one that probably angers me the most is not what's his name? The guy who did Kingdom Come, Mark
Alex Ross or Mark Wade.
Mark Wade.
Mark Wade. Yeah, no, Alex Ross is
Ross?
why it was awesome. Fair enough. But Mark Wade, he's irritating. But the one that actually bugs me is the lady there. Because she's just absolutely toxic. But the problem is she
Kelly Sue
actually is a pretty
DeConnick?
good writer. No, the other one. Not Kelly Sue DeConnick, the other one.
What,
Kind
Gail
of a-
Simone?
The one who writes well?
Gail Simone, yeah, I think that's it. Gail
Yeah, she's a
Simone,
good
yeah.
writer.
She's a good writer, dude. And unfortunately
Yeah.
she's
She has
all
her
caught up in
moments.
this nonsense. It sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan.
Well, she's leaving comics, I think. She's writing novels now. She's done.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean she is a
Maybe
good
she'll
writer.
get some.
But to be fair,
Right,
Kelly
yeah.
Sue
I
DeConnick
figured she
would
can make actual money writing novels. So.
right. Was it Kelly Sue DeConnick that did that Wonder Woman run a few years back?
No, she destroyed Aquaman, saying you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Oh yeah, that's her. Who was the one
And
that was
before
it?
that,
Gail
she
or
did before that she did the Captain Marvel run that
Who
is
was-
not what Carol Danvers.
well, who was the one
Yeah.
that did the Wonder Woman run? It was actually really good.
Greg
she's-
Rucka?
No, that's not right.
That was okay, I know the one you're talking about. It was right after Infinite Crisis. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going back.
Yeah, I am. But it was really good, and unfortunately, she's also like that, which
I
is
think Gail
unfortunate.
Simone did do part of that, but she was not the only writer there.
Now, it wasn't Gail; it was another lady. And I was because everyone's like, "Oh, she sucks," and I was like, "Well, let me
Jodie
check it
Picoult.
out."
She was a novelist. Jodie Picoult.
Maybe. But it was when I was doing reviews with Brad on Wednesdays, and of course I had to read because all the new stuff I had to read it, right? Because he owned a comic book shop, so he had everything ahead of time, and so anyway, I had to read a bunch of stuff every week to do the show. And I remember
Right.
reading it. It was like, "Oh, she's horrible. She's an awful writer," and I was like, "Oh, that's actually pretty good, dude." I might not like her politic, but she could write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that at
I
least.
would just wish they would take the politic out of it and just have fun, to be honest with you.
Sure. I don't know how much of that. I mean, I guess it could be sincere, but if their investors are saying, "Hey, push this line, or we're not giving you any money," then what choice does anybody have?
No, there might be some of that. Yeah, there might be some of that. But yeah, that's fair enough. But comic books have fallen a long way, sadly. But we can reminisce about the good stuff because we did have some good stuff for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah,
A
good
lot of
stuff.
good runs. I like the Iron Age. That was pretty neat. Of course, Silver Age and the Golden Age stuff. We've all been very lucky because pretty much all that Golden Age stuff is available free online now, digitally. And I've been able to read a bunch of comics that I, of course, never had a chance to read because I was it was long before my time. Like
Right.
I've read the entire Superman run.
Well, there's
Right.
a
The entire-
fantastic run of
Wow.
Superman. I love. I actually had have a compendium of it from like the beginnings to 1977 or whatever,
Mhm.
and have it in print. Fantastic work. Yeah, some of the lines are corny. I mean, we talked about Crypto the other day about Crypto is a throwback. He's a throwback to a more innocent age when if boys liked it, then Superman was going to like it. Every boy had a dog, so Superman had a dog
Yeah,
because
sure.
it was written for children. But when you're
Mhm.
reading this, you get to grow up with Superman. You actually end up as his first readers become older, and he enters actually almost a middle age type thing where he's he's comfortable in his life and actually kind of an alpha dude when it comes down to it. Kent still sort of comes through. And it's really interesting to watch that. We don't have to take the slop that they're serving us. We don't have
No,
to
we don't.
accept garbage. We can.
Well,
we
we can.
have the
Hey,
real
there's like
thing.
100 years of good
There's
comics.
so many great things to read. Actually,
You
one
don't
of
have
my
to
favorite
worry
things
about.
when I was a kid was ROM. Space Knight.
Ooh.
I love ROM,
I've
dude.
One of
That was
the very first toy tie-ins. Yeah.
yeah, no, it was, but the
Yeah.
comic
That
was
was
good
really
though.
good.
Is my point. It was really good. I used to watch
It
GI
was
Joe when I was a
better
kid,
than
of
it needed
course.
to be.
It was. But I remember reading watching GI Joe, and I liked the show, but I got some of the comics I didn't care for them very much. You
Mm.
know, the
Yeah,
ROM was
very
Oh, he
different.
likes comics, so
yeah. Was there one called Dark Hawk? Maybe.
That was a '90s
The
comic.
90s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Part of the '90s boom.
Yeah, remember liking that one. There was a lot of good Dark Horse stuff, like in the early mid '80s. They had some really
Seen that?
interesting non-superhero stuff, actually. Dark Horse.
Oh, Dark Horse was
Seen that?
actually was one
It's
of the
kind
ones.
of that in between superhero,
Yeah,
and it
that
had
was fun
like
stuff.
some of the best art I've ever seen in comics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Dark Horse is where Hellboy came from.
Yeah.
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 Well, it also had, in my opinion, although Elrod says I should check out the Titan one, but in my opinion, the best Conan run.
Yeah, it was good. Blunt was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Dark Horse is actually one that I used to seek out, but I didn't get a chance to do it much. Okay, so it's the '80s, so I'm already an adult at this point. I'm already old, so
Yeah.
I don't get a chance. When I sneak out and I go ahead and go to, because I would still go to the D&D shops and stuff like that, and we had the combo shops that had the comics and everything like that.
Mhm.
And trying to pick up and read it fast enough, speed read, so you can catch up on something, because you got to buy, like baby comics. But I wanted to buy a Dark Horse instead, and so there was that dichotomy of how to live my life,
Oh, shoot.
adult. But Dark Horse actually, to me, had the most interesting art styles. They didn't look copycat. There was always something different on every edition. There was something that made it. You could tell that there was a different artist working on a totally different story, and that's, I think, the thing that really bugged me the most about. I loved Marvel, I loved DC. Don't get me wrong, in the Golden Age and Silver and Iron, but they had a style that was the house
Yeah.
style.
No, Dark Horse
And
was cool. Yeah. I
The Dark
think
Horse was fun.
I think it was Dark Horse that
I
did.
think-
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think she's fibbing us. She will never get old.
Oh, that's fair. She is the eternal gnome. But that was a short joke, just so you know, Jerry.
Gotcha.
Okay. But I can't remember what it was. When I was a kid, I read a book, and it was about a guy who had like leprosy. And he, in his imagination, went to another world, like a fantasy world. And I think it was Black Horse that did like
had
an
what?
adaptation of that. He had leprosy. I can't remember the name of the book. But I know everyone in the fantasy world was like part of a guild, and one of the main people he interacted with was this lady who was like a seamstress level 7 or something like that. I can't remember the name of that book, but I'm pretty sure it was Dark Horse, excuse me, that did like an adaptation of it. It was pretty good.
Dark Horse in the late '80s really became a haven for what I would call mature, not mature in terms of the content, but mature in terms of their artistic development artists. So you had people like a Mike Mignola, who was out of the mainstream by that point. You had guys like Art Adams. I believe he did. Was it Monkey Man and O'Brien? Had some Dark Horse issues. And then you had guys like I can't remember his name. The guy who did Concrete and stuff like that. So it was definitely, it was definitely less of a let's put it on bed sheets and lunch boxes, and a style that was more going to appeal to people probably like all of us who were exploring your own art and starting to branch out and see and incorporate other styles and other things.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's where they shone, because you actually.
Well, and you'd probably outgrown the superhero stuff too, right?
Never.
That's true. And there was a lot of good indie stuff coming at that time, yeah. Yeah, Grendel, of course, became a thing,
Yeah, there's a big.
for Dark Horse.
Dr. Giggles.
Where they are now with manga, you go back and you read Dark Horse's original. It's about the story. When you're talking about, it wasn't for the bed sheets and underoos and everything like that. They weren't
Yeah.
looking for merch. They were looking for a story, and you would go in looking for some bizarre, like its own little world storyline, and you would follow that with Dark Horse. And I think that's why manga has ascended, because it's this continuous storyline, drama, and everything else with it. And they undersell the American public over and over again. People want stories. They want the great art too, but they want, and that's where they're
Yeah.
losing, making that you're right about it. It's all about just knockoff merch and farming an IP, and there's no love in it, because nobody who doesn't, if you don't love something, you can't write a story about it.
Although, understand this, Rosa, if you come over here to Japan and pronounce manga that way, they will kick you out of the country.
Let them see me try, huh? Yeah.
That's true.
Like
Gnomes
they
are dodgy. That is true. That is true.
Manga.
So, as well as M Squad, I have my writing partner, the guy who wrote all of the Naughty and Nice issues that I worked on for Counterpoint. His name is Terry Sala, and he's a great writer, a really good friend. And the two of us are working on another side project here of a limited series book called The Just. And the difference is what we're getting out of your mainstream today, in my opinion, this is just how I've put it together in my head. It's like looking at sitcoms. Sitcoms on TV are all right once in a while. They give you some laughs, but in the end of 30 minutes, nothing has changed. It's a status quo. Otherwise, you can't have the next episode. And it doesn't matter if you watch them in order or not. What we love, and what the American culture seems to love, and this is proven out on TV all the time, is they want the grand adventure, the story from start, middle, and end. Like, think Game of Thrones, think these big episodic shows, The Walking Dead, True Blood, things that have a defined time frame. And that's what we're doing with this book called The Just, by the way. It's limited. It has a beginning, middle, and end. But that's the piece that I think we're missing in modern comics today. So when I go back, and I love, the Spider-Man from the 80s, let's say, for example, there were some real consequences. There were times when, like, Gwen Stacy died. Gwen Stacy's dad died. His lack of responsibility leads to his Uncle Ben dying, which leads to this whole thing. It wasn't just a status quo, but because it's corporatized now, you can't undo the status quo, because if you can't have another issue next month, you've lost your money. And it takes away from the creative ability. How many times can Superman beat Lex Luthor and put him in jail, and then he escapes, and then he has another plot, and then something happens, and Superman beats him and puts him in jail. And for readers, once you get to 10, 15, 20 years of it, you're fed up. So that's where indie comics is so exciting. You can do stuff. You can kill off characters. You can have important things happen. That's the allure for me today of indie comics.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Actually, over here in Japan, one of the questions I do get in regards to Western comics is they don't understand why someone who wasn't the original creator is writing the book. Right? They don't understand why they never end. Right? They don't get it. Right?
Yeah.
And fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, it's kind of interesting. I met the CB Sobalski over here in Japan, and now this guy, his job before they put him in charge, I don't know if he still is, but he was at that time. When they put him in charge, but before that, his job was to open up Japan to Marvel comic books. That was his job, right? And of course, he failed miserably at doing so for many reasons. But the funny thing is, at the Tokyo Comic Con some years back, this guy who at that time was in charge of Marvel, this guy who's supposed to be opening up Japan for Marvel comic books, you know what his big show was up on the main stage and showing everything off and all the pageantry and the pomp and circumstances? You know what it was? Anyone like to guess the big comic that CB Sobalski was actually pushing?
What year was this? What era was this?
Oh, this years ago.
Years
But
ago?
it had nothing to do with comic books. It was some gay boy band in Japan that he absolutely was enamored with, and he created a comic book for this very effeminate boy band. That's what CB Cebulski
Insane
was pushing
surprise.
in Japan and putting all the pomp and circumstance and money behind. Not
Mhm.
Spider-Man, not Marvel at all.
Wow.
Sounds about right. He's still in charge, by the way.
And
Yeah,
Spider-Man
well,
has a history there. So.
well, yeah, it kinda. But I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you serious, dude?" And got to meet
So
Peter Weller there too. That was pretty cool.
I got a fun story for you about Comic Cons with Marvel. So this was at the height of the release of Captain America: Civil War,
Hmm. Yeah.
and they had a giant photo area with the backdrop of the movie poster of Cap versus Iron Man on there.
Hmm.
Why they had Cap's shield and the hammer available, Mjolnir? I don't know why Mjolnir was there instead of like some kind of Iron Man glove or something. Anyway, so everyone would get in line and have their opportunity to get their picture taken, and so Two Banana Jr. and I waited, and they said, "Okay, everybody gets one item." I said, "Well, I'd like to have Junior have both, and we'll rest the hammer on the top of my head and make it look like he's hitting me in the head." And I kid you not, they go, "We're not allowed to do that." And I said, "Oh, why?" I said, "Why is that?" They go, "We don't celebrate violence here at Marvel." I'm going, "You don't know your product."
Wow.
Wow.
I
We
looked them
don't
dead in the face
celebrate
and I go,
violence here at Marvel.
I
Holy
go,
crap.
dead in the face. I looked at him. I go, "You don't understand your product."
Well, that
You
does
just
explain
need
why
to
there's
get.
so many sleepover pajama party comic books these days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it was already starting back then.
Yeah.
Why are you making fun of my comic ideas, Chester? Jeez.
Listen,
Pillow Party is going to be the biggest comic ever.
there is character development and slice of life interactions within M Squad, but I could tell you this: if out of 40 pages, the majority of them are action. You're
40.
going to
That's
get
a lot.
Yeah, issue 2 is a 40 pager, so you're going to get plenty of the action that you're looking for in a superhero comic. You have to do some character stuff. You have to develop your characters and move them forward. But yeah, no, with M Squad, you're going to get plenty of action.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go get some more coffee now. So, Jerry, what that means is that Jeff is in charge. I apologize ahead of time.
I am in charge.
Jeff, you're in charge.
I am in charge.
Okay.
In charge.
Hey.
That's the exact same thing we tell our dog when we leave the house.
Yeah.
We tell her she's in charge.
Does it work?
Yeah. The house is still here.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Good dog.
Yeah. I'm going to get some coffee. Jeff?
You
Go
go
have
get
fun.
coffee.
I'm doing the same. I'm getting coffee.
Our doggie is the best. She is a sweetheart.
Probably just as
Aw.
well that you go get coffee because there's nothing I can do. I'm not bringing Chester coffee. He's out in frickin' Japan. I'm in Michigan.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's just too much effort.
So my
It's
my
you,
daughter my daughter is 14 and she has declared that she wants to go to the University of Michigan and study art at the University of Michigan.
That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she's going to pay for it?
I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. Exactly.
It's called scholarship.
Scholarships, grants, whatever you got to do. If you got to, I'm Gen X. We all were told, take these student loans and you pay them off over the rest of your life. And you went, oh, okay. And that's what we did. And if that's what she's got to do, that's what she's got to do.
Well, here's the thing. My son's in engineering, and what we did is we originally had him go to community college.
Yes.
where he
Mhm.
got a bunch of his basic stuff out of the way, and it
Yeah.
basically got him trained for college.
That's
And
she said
then
the same thing. Yeah.
and then what we did is we found an inexpensive college that had a fairly decent engineering program, and that's where he is now. And it will cost him a fraction of what it costs him to go to U of M.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and those places do exist. Like my other son, he's out at Ferris State and he's going for videography. You can go to videography through U of M, but it'll cost you an arm and a leg.
Right.
So, and here and here's the other thing. We went to a robotics convention. Well, it wasn't a robotics convention. It was more like a robotics league, end of year dinner. And one guy did a presentation. He showed on the screen, um, he showed salaries by profession, and then he showed salaries, average salaries by college, and
Oh,
and the salaries, the salary you make is pretty much determined by your profession, not where you went to college.
that's right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's no sense in going to the quote best college unless you're going to get some sort of unless you're going to make some sort of contacts there that will get you into a job later, like a lot of these elite Ivy League universities that will get you into finance in New York, or you
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
politics
and
in DC.
a lot of that's based on it's just the networking. Whether you have like, for instance, if you're wanting to go to law school is one place where sometimes those connections really come into play, especially if you're wanting to make partner quick.
Yep.
But otherwise, we used to be able to go and challenge the juris doctorate. You could actually go and challenge and get a law degree without going to
Mhm.
college,
Yep.
and they took that away because they just did not. And that fact, I think it was like 1994 was the last time you could actually do that in the state of Texas. There are a few times when you really want to say, okay, I need those connections because you've got to partner with somebody or you've got to find these people. That's great. But otherwise, you're going for it. If you're an engineer, you're based on what your product looks like. And if you can come up with solutions for people, they're going to hire you.
Yep.
My wife and I are also big believers that a college education, while very important, doesn't necessarily put you into a career path. That went away, right? That again, I'm Gen X. My wife and I are Gen X. We were told you go to college, you study this thing, you'll come out and you'll get a job in that field, and you didn't. Neither of us did.
Yeah.
So you got a job of where you could get a job and what the industry and the market made. So for us, we look at it as well as it's not just trade school, regardless whether it's trade to be a lawyer, or trade to be a doctor, or trade to be an artist, or whatever. It's also just a growing experience. It's a way to prep and start to learn about adulthood with a safety net underneath you. You don't have to jump into paying all your bills, but you still have to, like, if you go far from home, you got to figure things out. You might have to learn where you go and get your hair cut and how to balance a little money and stuff like that. So, we're kind of encouraging her, at least I am. I'm sure my wife would love her to stay much closer to home, but I'm kind of encouraging her to branch out and, go somewhere, see how you like it. And if you don't like it, there's nothing that says you can't transfer the next semester, the next year, or whatever. But if you never go, how would you know, where you fit in the world and what you like and don't like?
I see. You're
That's
sending
kind of our
your kid
philosophy.
off to college. I see.
So she's in eighth grade. She's finishing eighth grade right now, but we're always talking to her about plans and how important it all is. And I was saying, because Jeff was saying he's from Michigan, my daughter wants to go to the University of Michigan someday.
Is that where the Wolverines are?
That is the Wolverines.
Yeah. Well, I sent both my kids to university, and they're finished and out in the world and married. So done
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah. And I was happy to send them as far away as possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Free. My
If you
wife
don't,
didn't agree.
if you don't
Well,
go, if you don't explore the world a little bit when
hmm
it's safe, when you're young, where
Yeah.
it's it's if you don't like it, it's not like you're committed to a house and a job and things where it's be very hard to change it. Do it when you're young. Try it
Yeah.
and go, nope, that didn't work
No.
for me. I don't like it. I'm going home. Okay.
I agree with you 100%, and I suggested that to my children, but they're Japanese kids, and they here in Japan they have a cradle to grave system. So yeah,
Ah,
deaf ears it fell upon. Oh
yeah, it's
well.
a little different.
Well, I mean, it is good in some way. I mean, you go from high school to college, from college to job, and I mean, it's
Right.
I mean, there is some positive to it, right?
Yeah. There's some security there for sure.
100%, yeah,
Take
100%.
away some of that stress and yeah.
Yep. But I mean, it's all good. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for grandchildren now. Gotta tell them
Ooh.
hurry up.
in it.
I joke about that with my adult classes that I'm gonna yell at my kids and tell them to get on the baby making, and they're like, "Oh no, you can't do that.
Like, oh yes, you can.
It's
Oh,
very disrespectful."
I was raised in America. We don't know what respect is.
Oh yeah, no, I get
that's
away with
right.
that all the time. Yep,
It's like, what's this thing you call respect?
yeah, yeah. They are very protective of such things here. It's kind of funny. They were getting mad at me the other, well, not mad, but they were asking all kind of Trumpy questions the other day because of all the tariff trade war stuff he's doing. And of course, my question was, Trump is awful, because the media here every day, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, why?
Mhm.
Just
So I
why?
just asked them, and they kept saying, well, I don't like his face. And I'm like, okay,
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's a
but
valid reason. He doesn't have a
why?
really good face.
That's fair.
They haven't seen Peter Dutton yet. The Australian guy is running.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the new
Yeah.
Japanese prime minister? Boy, howdy, that's an ugly dude. Um,
Current Australian opposition leader. He's like, yeah. Look at him. He's like,
well,
he's got no hair at all. It almost like he's got no eyebrows either.
oh, weird. Yeah,
Like Matt Lucas.
yeah. Well, the Japanese prime minister, if you see him, he's wearing glasses, but those are fake glasses. He puts those glasses on because he thinks it reduces his ugly level.
No, it makes him look
Oh.
smart.
I was going to say, I thought he was doing it to make himself look smarter.
No, it
That's
was
why I
mainly
do it.
because even the Japanese complain he's really ugly.
My honor wins.
Funny.
But it's funny. But yeah, no, I had a fun class on the Wednesday because they kept saying, well, Trump this, Trump that, and I was like, yeah, but why? It was funny because
Yeah,
they can't, and then
critical thinking.
oh yeah,
Think
yeah,
for yourself.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then of course all of a sudden they're all on Elon, and I was like, that's interesting.
Yes.
So why? And of course they were going on about EVs and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I see. So EVs are bad now. Interesting. A month ago they were the schnizzle. What happened?
Yeah. In 2021, we were all going to be driving them in 4 years and
Yeah.
Right.
by law and and now it's terrible. Wait, huh?
Yeah, but they were certainly getting frustrated because, of course, they couldn't answer any of my questions. The funny thing is, I'm sure there are plenty of things you can complain about any leader, but they never choose the actual things. It's always like non-existent things. It's weird.
Because that's how people vote. They only look at what they see. They don't actually look at policy.
Well, not I, but I get your point. Yeah, but it's
You
just
understand what I'm
funny.
saying.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that because the Japanese, the CNN group owns all their newspapers and TV news here.
Oh, well, there you go.
And yeah. So every day, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. I mean, every day, dude. Right? And to be honest, I've always been cautiously optimistic about the man, but I am absolutely loving what he's doing. I am a happy boy, for sure. And of course, he's certainly much more entertaining than most of them.
Oh yeah.
That 100%. You can't argue that.
Yeah.
Well, Biden was entertaining, but not in a good way.
No, well,
Not
Like
the
a
way you want
like
it.
a sad clown way.
yeah.
You're
Nah,
like,
Kind of like
Bad drinking game with that guy.
kind
yeah,
of like
really.
awkward and strained smiles.
Yeah, it was really, various I just farted faces. Those are always weird. I'd say the last entertaining president we had was old Bill Clinton, because he's a piece of work, but he was entertaining though. Smart as a whip too.
Not as entertaining as Reagan. Reagan was.
Oh, Reagan
Reagan
was
was really
I said
entertaining.
last,
what?
but Reagan
Yeah.
was freaking amazing. Yeah.
I don't know if I call Clinton smart as a whip, more like a good reactionary guy, quick on the fly.
Well, if you go back and look at some of his interviews where they actually ask him an economic question, he's
Okay.
pretty smart. Yeah, that's what I was
All right.
thinking of. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's hard to rook the system for tons and tons of money if you're not smart about economics.
Well, they seem to get away with it a lot. But
Well,
just
curious, and I do not know. I've never interacted with anybody named Clinton. I'm putting that onto the internet today. So if something happens to me tomorrow, you'll know that. But does anybody else know as many people that in your circle of friends that have had as many people unalive themselves as the Clintons?
the Obamas
Just
have
question.
had quite a few around them.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
see
now
here.
y'all do
Saddam
know.
Hussein, that's one.
Mike gets
Muammar
more.
Gaddafi, he had a bit. El Chapo was pretty well known for people disappearing. I would say the king of that has got to be Xi Jinping, though. I mean, literally millions disappear under that dude.
Right.
But he desperately wants to be the new Mao Zedong. So I guess kudos to you,
Well,
dude.
he's president for life, isn't he?
He is. Yeah. But it's always entertaining for me living so close to the China. But the funny thing is, I used to live in China a long time ago, and I of course live in Japan. Yeah, well, it wasn't as bad back then. But of course, I've lived here in Japan for 23 years, I guess. The weird thing for me is the Chinese food is better here than there. How's that?
Because it left China like 100 years ago.
What was that?
Chinese food literally left China like 100 years ago.
Did it? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's why we have the railroads. Someone had to cook food. It was all those Chinese takeouts.
Oh, fair enough.
It was the first fast food in America.
Yeah, it's good stuff too. I
And
love
all
American
the
Chinese food.
recipes they came up with here probably came from China, but in China they lost them because they brought them all with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
the fortune cookie is the American invention, isn't it?
It is.
I saw
By a Chinese guy, though. I actually dated his daughter for a while.
I saw on Netflix there's a documentary about Chinese restaurants that was absolutely and utterly fascinating. There's like a whole cartel for Chinese restaurants.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
it's
Chinatowns are Chinatowns. You were trying to say something, Kima?
I just said the Japanese know how to cook. That's why.
Yeah, that's fair. They're dedicated. I mean, the thing that's kind of interesting here is you can go to a convenience store, a fast food restaurant, anything you would consider to be a low-end, low-skilled job. But the Japanese take it very seriously, and they put 100% effort in all the time, no matter what they're doing. And this is why things just kind of work out here. It's normal. It's what you should be doing, So if you go to, like, say, a McDonald's here in Japan, it's going to be a better experience than you would have in America. And of course, I remember.
I would say the Japanese use real ingredients too.
Well, there was a controversy about that about 20 years ago, and the Japanese were making a bunch of noise. So the Japanese McDonald's do use their own local ingredients. You're correct.
Okay. Yeah. See. There you go.
And it's amazing. The salt level dropped like incredibly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you get everybody
Yeah,
coming
that's
back. Is
the
to load it with
biggest thing
sodium.
with McDonald's is sodium.
That
Like
part of your
other than
brain just
sodium,
kicks
it's
off and
pretty
makes you want to
healthy.
go back.
Nah, maybe, but
Oh,
it's
it
just
does.
it's just a point about the Japanese is I'm making is all. That's why when you see Japanese made stuff that tends to be better quality, it's just the mindset they have.
hmm
And there's plenty of places in America that think like that too. You know.
Oh, absolutely. We got a lot of great restaurants here that
Yep.
don't play that game.
Yep.
And
Nope.
you eat there compared to other places, and you're not feeling all bloated and gross. And later on, you're getting all the indigestion crap. No, you don't. There's plenty of good places to eat at.
Plenty. Yeah. You know what surprised me the most though, coming in, I've traveled all over the world, is the fact that in the end, the hardest working people I've ever run into are Americans. And I didn't
Yeah.
expect that. I didn't expect that coming out. Of course, when I came to Japan, I was like, oh, these guys are going to be crazy. They work long hours, but they're not as hardworking as Americans, right? Because we
No
got 8
midday
hours
naps
to
for
get it done in.
Americans. Onto
What
the
was that?
third job.
Yeah,
No midday naps for Americans. It's on to your third job.
that's true. That is true. But it is a bit surprising. I didn't expect that to be true when I left the States and started traveling. I didn't expect that, but it is true. So,
Well, I can tell you if you're a comic book, if you're an American comic book artist, you're putting in hours. We work hard.
Oh no, yeah, but comic books take quite a bit of effort. That is true. Unless you're that old dude that came up with Ditko and Lee there. What was his name? Kind of famous guy.
Dan the Man.
No. He started Marvel Comics with Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Kirby, Jack Kirby.
Yeah, Jack Kirby, that guy. What was he
Oh,
like?
I'm
Eight,
like, where
eight
you get
pages
that?
a day?
Okay,
That
Kirby.
guy.
Jack.
Oh, he never
Jack,
left his basement. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Kirby worked it like it was a 9-to-5 job. He was a midtown Manhattan guy who grew up in that illustration world. And his thing was he would sit at his desk at 8 o'clock in the morning every single day, work until 5 o'clock, put his stuff down, and that was it. Now part of the reason he was so fast, the first thing he said was, "Get rid of your eraser, throw away your eraser."
There's a documentary there's 2 documentaries about him that you can find on YouTube and I believe Amazon Prime. And what's forgotten is he was an in-betweener on Popeye. So he already knew how to do fast work there.
Yep.
Then you compound that with he did reconnaissance sketches during World War II. So
that's
he
interesting.
So where they couldn't have cameras clicking that would set stuff off, they would send him out there with his sketchbook and his pencil, and he would give the layout of the land so that our forces knew what they were doing.
No, that's an important
He was
job.
also a prodigy. If you look at he was actually a good artist. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
stuff you see is just like, oh yeah, this is just formulaic and I can, put out 20 pages a minute. But when he was like 13 and 14, he was doing fully realized like illustrations that were like classical illustrations. It's unbelievable.
Yes. The man has a
That's
talent.
a 13-year-old?
He had the structure, right? He had the understanding, and then, like you said, he created his own language that he could just do faster.
Yeah.
And you can go through a lot of the early Kirby work, and you can pick out by today's standards. You go, there's a mistake, there's a tangent, that's bad perspective, the eyeballs don't line up, the anatomy is garbage. But the dude was putting out 2 or 3 books a month, and he went, who cares?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. That's not the important piece. Nobody's looking at this to study anatomy. People are looking at this as a story.
Yep.
And it's about the drama and the impact of the story.
Yeah, no, his movement was good. I actually wasn't a big fan of Kirby until Gary Shipman explained to me what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
So,
Sam. I grew up thinking this guy's terrible. Why does everybody worship this guy? And then you start to dig into it and go, oh, I get it.
Most young people don't appreciate him until they get older and understand storytelling.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's true. Well, Eric is in the chat. He's drunk. And he says he will vote for Amron, therefore compounding his drunkenness.
I'm already there.
Okay, yeah,
Well, y'all,
that explains it. Explains why
I'm
he's
sorry.
voting, because he doesn't know
I
what he's doing.
That's fair. That's fair.
I got
Yeah.
I gotta go. Not really. I've got to go. I have a family thing I have to attend to. So
Okay.
I love you guys. Yeah,
Bye,
Tracy,
Rosa.
I'm going to the doctor tomorrow.
Thank
So
you
pray
so
that.
much.
And I just love your M Squad stuff. Babe.
It is good.
Thank you
Looking
so much.
forward
I appreciate it. Thank you. And you know, if anybody you see it, we got the links here. Just share it. If all you can do is share, I appreciate that so much. So thank you all, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
We'll
Yeah.
talk to y'all later. Love you.
Bye,
Bye.
Rosa.
Maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, Eric is 8 beers and 3 shots in. Uh-oh.
That's
Then he
it.
needs to pick up he needs to turn his computer on and pick up his stylus. Let's go.
Yeah, he's
Come on, you gotta
getting a
hurry
bit
up.
old for that, though, there, Eric. You're not going to like that in the
Uh-huh.
morning.
Nonsense.
That's not enough. He's got to drink more. He's got to catch up to me. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, but
That's
he's like 54, dude. That's a bit much. He's got to
Nah,
be feeling that.
no excuse. He's got to catch up.
Sounds like he likes to live dangerously, I think, huh?
Yeah, I guess so, you know. Last time I drank like that, I had like 20 shots of whiskey. It was not a good night.
Yeah.
They just kept feeding to me. They were free. I was doing a set over at this place, and they just kept. I drink my shot, and then there was another one just magically appear next to me. It's not my fault.
Heard that story too many times.
Oh, dude, I was so wasted. I was wasted. I did make it back to the car, though. I wasn't driving, of course, but I did actually was able to walk back to the car. So fair enough. That was a bad night, though.
And did you hold down the contents of the evening?
Oh God, no.
Weak.
There's always a price to be paid. It's just a question of when.
The porcelain gods heard my prayers that day. That's for sure. Oh, goodness gracious! But that's good. That's why it's good to have wives at those moments.
She's a saint to put up with you.
Oh no, she is. Yeah, she's a good woman. But because I don't really drink very much, I mean, I might have a beer or something. But that was just tie it on, I guess, night.
Yeah. Every so often you got to let it rip, and
yeah, it happens. That was bad though, dude. Although I think the worst night I had was when I was a kid, and someone had brought a bunch of cheap, I think it was Busch beer, like 2 or 3 cases or something to a kegger, and I decided it was a really good idea to drink 18 of them.
Oh yeah, there you go.
God, yeah, sure.
that's gonna end well.
No, well, the good thing is we had one of those big blue trash cans.
So you filled it.
I did. I drank them and then put them back.
Kept them on ice the whole time.
That's
You're a
right.
hero.
That's right. Shoot. But I've actually seen much worse cases than I've had to experience. I've only been drunk a few times in my life, but I remember this one kid, because I used to have parties at my uncle's. I used to rent my uncle's place, and we used to do like like parties with live bands and all kinds of. We had a lot of fun. Like every Friday, Saturday night, we were having parties, and the rule was you didn't have to pay nothing, but you had to bring some kind of alcohol and put it on the table, right? That was the rule. And of course, the table is always full of alcohol, and people drink all night. And at the end of the night, and during those, I didn't drink much because I was kind of the responsible one. But I've many times grabbed a hold of people and put them face down on stone rock walls, dude. Death was coming for them for sure. Have you ever seen someone with alcohol poisoning, dude?
It's ugly.
It is, man. Those are some
ugly.
those are some great great parties though. I remember one time I did drink too much and I was sitting on the couch and I guess my leg kept moving up and down. I was just, I'm drunk, right? My leg just keeps moving up and down. So this girl came and sat in it because it was bugging her that it was moving. And then I woke up the next morning, puked on the floor, then looked over and she's naked in the bed. I was like, how the hell did that happen? Yeah.
Yeah, never went that.
Tequila?
I never did
Jean?
any of that. That just I don't understand. I never understood that. It never appealed to me. I've seen plenty of the blackouts and all that, and the
Yeah.
poisoning, but
Yeah, that's
you're an animal, dude.
I never knew that how there were a couple of moments like that. But that night, to be fair, I did drink a not the pint, but the short tequilas. I drank a whole bottle of that on my own, and by the end of the night, I had a gallon milk jug full of beer that I kept swigging on. Yeah, that was a bad night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and worse because I didn't even remember the girl. I don't know if it was fun or not. I just have to make assumptions.
That's rough.
You don't even know if anything happened.
I can only assume. Although I was a little bit pissed off because there were many objects like trophies and various things floating in my fish tank. That was bad. That was someone
Your
had
fish must be talented.
dude, someone ripped the door off the frickin' shower, and it was like that for like 6 months.
Give those fish a warm. Amazing.
Yeah. And I do remember we were drunk like at another party, and there was this my friend's younger brother, and he was kind of dating this girl. And it was like the first time he was ever with a girl, and he was in one of the back rooms, and we were like, yeah, you gotta take her back there. Go ahead, dude. And they're just doing their business, but we all decided to walk in and cheer and clap for him. It was really nice. He was so embarrassed. She just laughed at it, but he was like, just mortified. Had another one where
Can't imagine why.
yeah, had another one where one of my buddies was doing something similar, but he literally had an ashtray on her butt, which I thought was a little much. Oh well, musicians, you know how we are.
Mm-hmm.
He spelled ash wrong.
Yeah.
So did Rosa leave a picture?
I don't know. Let me go check.
I don't see one. So
No, I guess not.
Ladies.
We got one from Jason Gonzalez, and we have from Doug, of course. Jason's looks really good.
Wait, what's the glasses lady do?
The glasses lady?
Yeah, of the M Squad. Is it M Squad?
Oh,
Yeah.
she's like an ice
Frostbite?
blaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Frostbite.
okay.
Yeah, this one here. She's the brains
Does
of
she
the
say
outfit.
ice-related puns?
She better.
Is she like, chill, bad guys? I think I told you to freeze.
Yeah. Freeze.
Bad boy.
Nice to see you.
I did
Do you
it.
know what's killed the
I
dinosaurs?
did my own
The
sketch while I was
Ice
sitting here.
Oh, you should.
Yeah,
That's good.
I did.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
So
You're
okay,
cheating, though.
Elrod.
I am cheating. Yeah.
Chester, I need a second.
Yeah.
Elrod, have you ever seen? It's on YouTube. Conan the Musical.
I've seen all those different musicals where they do Arnold's voice. Those are pretty great. I don't think I've.
I'm gonna.
I had to have seen it. I'm sure someone sent it to me if I didn't find it.
I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna put it in the general tab on the Discord, and you can find it there. And it is great.
James Earl
It is
Jones has
fantastic.
beautiful bangs.
Yeah.
Look at him. He has Conan the Barbarian's haircut. Why not me?
Oh, so you already know it.
Yeah, the Annie one was the funniest one though.
That's what I always remembered as a kid. I was like, wait, is James Earl Jones Conan? Because he's got the haircut like in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can't get with that, then the hell with you. That's how the song. That's how it went. It was pretty good. All right, yeah, you might have seen it, Elrod, but I just posted it in the general tab, so it's there.
Yeah, no, James Earl Jones as Thulsa Doom was amazing. He was really good, even though it didn't look anything at all like Thulsa Doom at all. But it was still wicked cool, though.
He turned into a snake.
He did, yeah, because Thulsa Doom's like a skull head guy, right?
Yeah, eventually, but he's a snake person. They're the snake people from Atlantis that call the Conqueror fault because
yeah, no, he's
the
a Kull
Conan movie
enemy,
is a
right?
literal adaptation of Call the Conqueror. They just called it Conan, but he has the origin story of Call.
Yeah, well, it's all right. It was good fun. Definitely, I enjoyed it. The score on that movie was one of the best, man. It was so good.
Oh yeah, it's basically a musical, right? It's
so good,
amazing.
dude. I mean, there's some all movies need good soundtrack, but Conan, Star Wars, the original Star Wars, oh, it's so epic. Imagine that movie without that
Star
music.
Wars, it would be terrible.
Yeah, I think so.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It would be
A lot of movies without John Williams would be bad.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Dude.
Superman? I couldn't imagine that. No.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever noticed this, and then all of a sudden, after I heard Richard Donner say this, I picked up on it in a lot of his music. So, what John Williams does is the music is the name of the character. So, when you hear that Superman, it's Superman, and then you listen to Indiana Jones, all you will hear it say is Indiana Jones over and over and over.
Sure.
Indiana Jones looking for some stones.
Oh my god!
And yeah, I mean, I think the one that jumped the shark a little bit was that, which I haven't watched, as we're talking about movie music. Did you watch The Batman, which I have not?
Yes,
Has anybody
I have.
seen that?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
The music is better than the movie, for sure.
You know what the music is, right? It's Because I'm Batman. It's because I'm Batman. Because I'm Batman. Oh yeah, that's the music. You'll never hear.
Yeah, it works though.
Star Wars didn't do it, but Star Wars is an old German classical music that he plagiarized.
Oh, did he?
It's like a 400-year-old piece of music. Yeah,
I did not know that.
It is amazing though.
I think it's German.
Yeah, no, I would. You're talking about Matt Reeves, the Batman. No, it's a pretty good movie. Unfortunately, the worst part of it is Batman.
Yeah, Sparkle Boyd never sold me for a second in the trailer.
No,
I couldn't make it through it without sleeping. It was like Ambien.
Well,
and then the Riddler was the biggest offense because to me they crossed him with Mr. Zaz and put him in a hefty bag with glasses. Going whatever.
Well,
it just felt like another Christopher Nolan movie to me because it looked just like Batman Begins.
Well,
okay.
I did appreciate that we actually got Batman being a detective.
That's what I've heard.
Nice.
Yeah.
The girl who played Catwoman was pretty solid. But that dude that played Penguin is just wow, dude.
Colin Farrell as the Penguin is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, that was the genius of Graham Nolan and Chuck Dixon. They were the one that turned him into a mobster, and that's how you got the whole Iceberg Lounge. That was their baby.
Was it? No, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not only are they responsible for Bane, they're the ones that turned Penguin into a mobster.
Well,
they got rid of all the bird themed gimmicks and goofiness. Yeah.
Well, the problem with Colin Farrell, which I love the actor, is you can't see anyone else as the Penguin ever again, though.
I got no problem watching Danny DeVito or Burgess Meredith.
About that guy,
I mean,
Jerry
I'm sorry,
Nadler.
Burgess Meredith was great. So was Cesar Romero.
Did you just say Jerry Nadler?
Yeah, he's literally the Penguin. He's like 5'0" and he's round.
Oh, Jerry Nadler's the pants pooper. Special guest this week.
Oh God.
Oh, we saw him years ago. I was with my friend. I was picking up my friend who was drunk and he needed a ride home. And we're driving through Washington, and Jerry Nadler's waddling across the street, and he just leans out the window. He's like, "Hey, our country needs a penguin. Hop in." Looked at it like, "What just?" And he started walking backwards, like, "What happened?"
That's awesome.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I do live in the land that where there are actually 5 foot nothings. There's a lot of very little people here. Of course, it doesn't happen. That doesn't help that I'm a giant, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you in Japan?
I'm just 6'3", but for them,
Yeah, so
I might as well be a giant. Yeah.
I'm 6'3" as well. I always wondered, like, would it be awkward or uncomfortable or difficult to navigate Japan at 6'3"?
Well, you duck everywhere. Everything you have to bend over to do, even like with a shopping cart. You can't buy shoes or clothing. You don't have. You can be a fairly fit guy. I mean, I'm not fat, but you ain't buying nothing here. Everything has to be tailor made or bought from afar.
Right.
You know, and everybody is going to call you Gulliver. So
Fair enough, I guess.
you know, and old ladies will come up and just touch you randomly. It's weird.
Huh.
Because they're not used to seeing somebody that big.
Yeah.
You're like Andre the Giant.
You're like a
in essence.
bakemono, yeah. An
Yeah.
unnatural thing. And all the ladies and girls are going to coo over you constantly, even though you kind of try to say, "Stop it." It's a burden. But being a tall white dude in Asia is like that, though.
Does that mean you can't get away with anything because everybody knows?
Oh
they
no,
can
you
pick
can
you
get
out
away with
immediately?
everything. That's the problem. You get away with everything.
Oh.
And you are kind of like this this specialized thing that there are no rules apply, and every woman wants you even though they know nothing about you. You know,
Huh.
it's a
Just a day in the life.
it's a pain in the ass, dude. You think I get it, but you don't get it. It's a pain in the ass. And of course, a lot of young white dudes come over here, and get themselves in a lot of trouble because they don't have. I'll be nice because we have ladies here, but they don't have the the opportunity thrown at them like that in the West. But over
Oh yeah,
here,
I've
and
seen
they
Karate Kid too. I know all about it.
well, dude, they get themselves in a lot of trouble because they're like it's like a kid in a candy store. It's an actual problem. So it's like that.
Like
But
pull cars out of ditches with your bare hands?
I have, yeah.
Well, because they have this old playing K card.
Their cars don't weigh nothing, dude. I used to
Right.
joke around like when I first came here, I was just building my school, and I needed some extra money, so I took like well, I wouldn't call it a part-time job. It was a full-time job, kinda. But I was working for a scaffolding company, right? And just as a joke, they have these little teeny K trucks here. And I used to put it in neutral, pick it up from the back, and wheel it around the yard like it was a wheelbarrow. And they
Yeah,
thought
they're
that was
itty-bitty, right?
hilarious. Yeah.
But they'll move a lot of stuff. It's amazing. They're like
No,
a
they
little
are.
go-kart.
They are impressive. Yeah, they
They're
are.
powerful.
So do they call you kaiju at all?
I've gotten it a couple times, sure.
Yeah.
It's just the weird thing because Japanese are not touchy. They don't touch each other. They don't shake. Well, they'll shake hands with a foreigner, but they're not a touching people, right? But for some reason, they have no trouble touching the Westerners, especially big giant dudes.
Huh.
I cannot tell you how many times some old ladies just grab my ass.
If I had a nickel.
It's inappropriate. All right.
Come on, I thought you wanted to be everybody's object.
It's just weird. Living in Asia, being an American, you're in a way you're kind of like a clown and there's like no rules really apply to you, but you're just mainly entertainment. It's you have to work pretty hard to get people to take you seriously. So it's good and bad, but it is what it is. But I own my own business and stuff, so I don't really have to sweat it. But I wouldn't suggest anyone to come over. You wouldn't like it.
I've seen Shogun like 3 times. Are you sad, Chester? Your Shogun died?
Am I what?
Your favorite gay uncle, the Shogun himself, Richard Gaberlin, died.
Oh, did he? Aw.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Yeah. That was a good show back in the day. He must have been super old.
90.
He was 80 something.
Yeah.
90? Yeah, he was 98 or 90, yeah.
Somewhere around 90, 91 or something, yeah.
Didn't we have like a comic book writer die like this past couple of days, like pretty young, like 38 or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
38.
Who was that?
I forget who it was. I just saw the headline. It was
Yeah,
like
me
dead
too.
at 38.
Yeah, that's too young, dude.
That's a shame.
Looking to see.
And it was one of those clickbait articles that didn't have an article, just a bunch of ads. So I just gave up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Richard Chambers. It was like it was said to have said that. Yeah, he thanks his hiding his homosexuality, or else his career would have been ruined if he had come out early. That's why he's always playing leading man roles all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
He was a pretty man, so it's like, what else is he going to play?
Oh, so the comic book guy was a former editor with Marvel, Nora Horowitz, died at 38.
Yeah, that's a shame, dude. That's way too young.
It says he worked on titles such as X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, War Machine, Nova, Marvel Zombies, Iron Man, Avengers.
Wow.
Stephen King's The Stand. And it was an editor on the original Kick-Ass series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did it say? Why he passed?
He's been around a while.
He chose to unalive himself.
Oh man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it happens way too often, dude.
Yeah, you never know what somebody else is going through.
It's too bad because tomorrow's always a better day.
That's it.
Oh, one of my favorites died, but I didn't even know till this week. Robert McGinnis, the artist.
Oh, really? What did he work on?
You would know him from like every James Bond, like Thunderball, Dr. No.
So he's another older
Every
fella.
men's like pulp novel, like Max Bolan and all that stuff. He did all those covers.
Yeah, we've had a few announcements. I usually am on my Sunday show. I try to announce anyone that's passed away. And we've had a few for sure. Val Kilmer, of course, has passed away. Way too young, but he's had so many medical troubles for like 20 years or something like that.
Yeah.
How long did he live without his voice box? How long was that going on for?
2015.
At least, I was gonna say, a decade.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't. I didn't think that.
Yeah, but I understand he's a little bit because I did report on it on the show. He's kind of falls into kind of like the Christina Applegate category of people that are sickly and always having troubles.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he had a lot of difficulties. Yeah. Well, Christina, it's really a shame the amount of hardship that lady's gone through, dude.
Really?
She's had a lot of bad medical trouble, dude. I mean, serious
What
stuff.
if she got? Is that what it is?
The multiple things. It's not one thing. Yeah.
Does she have like MS and
she had
something
cancer
like that, right?
twice, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
She's just
Aguilera. I was so confused.
Oh no, Applegate.
Married with Children.
Married with Children girl. Yeah.
Amy needs
Kelly.
to turn down her volume or turn up the noise suppression or something because every time she comes on, it's echoing back through her.
Yeah, no, that's why I keep muting her. Let me go and see how she's doing right now.
That's right now.
It's better.
Like
It's good now.
live, but
It's
yeah.
good now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. She's just getting some echo, but it sounds fine now.
Yeah, it's good. Just a
Well,
bit
anyway,
distracting.
we're going to be ending here in a few minutes. We're going to take a look at all the art, Jerry. Then, of course, everyone will vote. And then after that, we'll come back and let everybody talk what they're doing. And we'll end with you giving your final elevator pitch. But before that happens, I do have to ask the important question I ask every indie. When did M Squad become a thing? Is it a recent thing or something you had from childhood? Or how did
Yeah.
M Squad, where is the inception?
M Squad came when I was in 8th grade,
Oh,
which would have
wow.
been 1988, in art class. So I had been sketching characters and trying to come up with characters. Now I've been drawing comic book characters and stuff as far back as I can remember. I have things from elementary school and stuff like that where I was doing it. And my art teacher had given me a project she knew that that's what I liked and was like, you can make a book. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And having no concept, this is obviously way pre-internet. I grew up in a rural part of New England and Vermont. I had no idea what kind of tools you use to make a comic, anything, materials, anything. So I literally just drew on like 8.5 by 11. Back then we called it typing paper because it wasn't printer paper or copy paper. It was typing paper.
Sure.
With like ballpoint pens and markers. And I made a story and it was awful and terrible. I had no idea what I was doing, but that's really the first full iteration of what became M Squad today. And I'll show you. I actually have a page that was in the back of issue 1. So one of the things I really, really like to do with my comics is I like to give extras. So you've got your story, and that's great. And wherever I can, I like to have a couple extra pages in the back that are, pinups or like preview of the next cover or just things like that add a little extra value because I love those things when I was, a kid, when I was looking at comics. So in the back of it's not going to pull up. In the back of M Squad number 1, I have a page that I did that I'm trying to find that actually shows what the team looked like in the original iteration. So I'm just trying to pull that up right now so I can show you. But yeah, it goes all the way back to 1988 is that concept of the team. So yeah, if I can show it, I've got it up on my screen. Let me
just share it.
Do this. Yeah, come on, dang it. I need to get to my OBS. Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
So if you could see, yeah. So this is kind of what the costumes and stuff look like from the beginning. As you can see, there's a character here that doesn't exist in today's M Squad.
Right.
The costumes and stuff have changed some. Frostbite ended up going from being a man, and he and Nova were brothers, to being a woman, where they're brother and sister now. But that's
gender
swap. Gender swap. I gender swap my own character. No, I just I like the dynamics of the older sister, younger brother kind of thing better. But
sure.
But this is what Johnny Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You
like
continue.
Johnny Storm, yeah.
He just Johnny Storm.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is just kind of what those original designs look like, and I redrew that I put in the back of the first issue, and sort of a throwback,
like every advertisement character.
Well, I remember one of my friends in school growing up. He was an amazing artist, and he actually went on to do stuff like Snarf Quest and a whole bunch of stuff like in Dungeon and Dragon Magazine. A whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what he's doing now, but he did find some success. But when we were kids, of course, he created his own superhero team, which is the thing to do back in the 80s. And it was kind of, I always thought it was interesting and quirky because he called it Storm, students transformed of radioactive material.
Very, very much of that era,
Yep.
right? The acronyms, yeah,
Yeah,
for
acronyms,
sure.
yeah. But
That's how you market toys.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really cool because all of us would like give ideas what the character should do, and of course we'd all play Marvel's superhero role playing game back in those days, the Face Rip system, and you know, we'd all build us characters and stuff. It was neat. It was good fun.
Yeah.
Guess he never did anything with it though.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the beauty of it. I've had, you know, these ideas and these characters, you know, in my head, and I have other ones that I'm working on and adding in. In issue 3 of M Squad, there's a new supervillain team that they're going to be fighting, but they're going to get the support of what in my universe, in the M Squad universe, is America's preeminent superhero who's called the Flag. And that's another character that I originally kind of came up with around that same time, that like 87, 88.
Sure.
And it's spun and become its own thing. But, you know, getting to bring those in, modernize them, and add them into the story has been really, really fun.
It is cool. 80s was great. Of course, I'm a bit older than you because by that time I was already in university. But yeah, no, it was the 80s was great. It's really weird now that we sit here so many decades later and find out that the 80s was the best that it was going to be.
Right.
I don't know if that's a good thing or depressing.
Yeah,
I'm not really quite sure. But yeah, it's
we all had high hopes.
well, it was just kind of fun, and people didn't think too much about stupid nonsense. It was just, you know, go have fun, enjoy yourself. It was more free spirited back then, I guess.
Yeah.
Everyone's
sure.
too damn serious these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. That is his famous kazoo, Jeff. Jerry. That means that we're done.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
very
the
good.
kazoo.
Yes, he still won't tell me if it's a proper tin kazoo or it's plastic. He keeps that secret to himself. But it's a metal. Oh, it's a metal one. Is it tin?
I don't think they make them out of tin anymore.
Oh no, well, probably not. That's fair. But nevertheless, Jerry, come along with me and let's take a look at the art here. And you have one requirement, Jerry. You must judge them harshly.
Gosh.
Very harshly.
My mom is calling me. I gotta go.
Yeah. Just slap him about the head and shoulders quite a bit. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at Amron first. Now, Amron has done your prism here. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think he aged her up a bit, but you know.
Yeah, so she's a college student, and
This is
nothing wrong with that.
Look,
Nah,
feels
she's
like
33. What are you talking about?
no, she's not. buddy.
She is phenomenal.
She is.
It's awesome.
I thought her name was Spectrum.
It is Spectrum, yeah.
Yeah.
Great job. I love it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any real complaint.
Oh, I messed the arms up a bit. That's the harsh critique. It's like one looks like longer than the other, but that's about it.
And this is a tough thing. So keeping the bands symmetrical, meaning like, and this is what I do. So like the orange on the chest would line up with the orange on the arm if she held it down, like it's going directly diagonal through the body. It's so hard to do it, but it's But no, I mean, it's amazing.
I think I got the correct order anyway. So
yeah, right. That's always the big thing. I have to keep it in mind, and I'm always like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Yeah, but no, I love it. The face is very Aeon Flux Gives me that Aeon
It
Flux
is.
vibe, which I like a lot. Awesome. Well, I'll have to talk to you about a cover because it's phenomenal.
It is good. It is really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Love it.
Well, if you
Love
guys
it.
like what
Where's
Armoron
the
has done, go ahead.
Where's the background? You had 2 hours. Where's the background? No, I'm kidding.
I finished it in an hour. That's it.
He did. Yeah, I noticed that. But cool. If you guys like what Armoron has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. All right, let's move along here, Jerry. We're going to go to Kima. And Kima has done your Fang character. And she's got a bit of a foreground background thing starting out. Looks pretty good. What do you think?
Yes. Great. I love the musculature. I really like the way you've done with the rib cage. It's a subtle thing, but like I really like when people define that out. That's excellent. You got all the costume details. The hair, the way the hair goes is perfect. Yeah, no, awesome. Really, really good. And I love your use of the debris in the foreground. It's very Wally Wood, right? So if you can cover something up, cover it up so you don't have to draw it. That's super smart. Genius. That's perfect.
Actually, I think one of the best rubble in the foreground thing I've ever seen was from Jim Lee. And it was Superman being blasted through a building.
Yeah.
I don't know which
I love it.
issue that was, but it was pretty good.
And this was digital, right? You work digitally?
Yeah, I prefer traditionally, but it's just easier digitally to get things done faster.
I got to say, I'm very impressed with the line weights. You know, I have a hard time focusing sometimes on inking line weights. I'm not a great inker. I ink myself because I have to. I'm okay. But getting good line weights is always hard. And you've done that really nice in some of the areas of the arm there and kind of underneath the lats on the inside. The line weights are really nice.
Yeah, it's you just gotta change some settings in brushes. That's really all it is.
Very cool.
Yeah. No,
very nice.
Now, I remember on Line Weights, we had an episode, years ago now. I don't remember how long ago it was, but we had Art Bear on, and he was talking about, because he's famous for being an inker, right? And he was talking about how he does it and the formula he uses. That was a pretty good episode, actually.
Art's a great guy. I've spent a lot of time talking to him. He's a terrific dude. He's a Texan now too.
Yeah, he did move down. But he's a really good guy and so much knowledge to share. It's really cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
But very good. So if you guys like what Kima has done, please vote for the straw poll. It's quite nice. We're going to go over to Melissa now and see what she's prepared for us. So Melissa, you are presenting vertically, not horizontally. Oh, there you go.
Okay, I got that better.
That is way better. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That is so cool.
I may zoom in a little bit on the details here. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
the hair flowing and over the side. We got the fist fire
flames.
Fist. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah.
And I really like I really like the lettering. Like to me, again, as I've mentioned a bunch of times, I'm Gen X. That is so like MTV.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
A bumper, between an episode of a show and the commercial.
Sure.
That's so cool. Now I'm picturing, oh my God, this is what it would look like if it was actually a cartoon.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's all the details are there. You simplified it down where you needed to, and that's what it would look like on a Saturday morning cartoon. God, that's amazing. I never thought I'd see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Very nice. If you guys like what Honey has done, please vote for in the straw poll. Nice. Let's move along here, Jerry, and we're going to take a look at Two Banana Mike. Could you please drop out and come back in, please? It's just scrolling for me.
Okay.
Let me go over here and take a look at Elrod. And Elrod here is done multiple pieces, I'm sure.
Multiples, yeah.
Yes. So I like the rockiness. That's pretty good.
Yeah. it's a totally different take on how do you do a Rocky figure. And honestly, it's something that I struggled with a lot. Like, if you go back and look at my early sketchbooks, like 86, 87, it basically looked like The Thing, very just like a pattern of blocks. And then I ended up seeing Ninja Scroll for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you see Ninja Scroll, there's that dude who turns to stone.
Yeah.
And then it clicked in my head, and I was like, oh, that's how I'm going to do it. But this is a totally different take on it, which is very, very cool. And then I like your simplified M. So obviously, if everybody did catch on, all the uniforms, the design is a stylized M. And you've done it in a way that feels more fabric-y, where the way I do it is like, it's painted on spandex, let's be honest. But this really feels like a thick dude wearing cloth. So that's very cool.
A singlet, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fang.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Dropping into action.
Yeah, I love the motion in the hair. That's one of the things that makes him cool is, he's that character that's going to leap and jump around, and he's got the flowing hair, whether it's on his arms or his head or whatever. So you get to do that with him. And again, you've taken the M in a different direction, which is very cool. I could see doing something with that. That is awesome.
I'm known as one of the leading wind artists of my generation.
True.
That's great.
Yeah, it is very good. I like this one actually better than the other one. Although the arms on the other one, the stone effect is really good. This one I like.
I'll tell you, there's a subtle thing that is tough. So as an artist, we all do this with superheroes. You have one leg forward, so you have a leg coming forward with foreshortened perspective, which is hard to do. That knee becomes a big lump, and you've done a good job with that one. But then in the other one, you've taken it and tucked it behind you. And drawing that bent up, so where's the calf, where's the shin, and how's the ankle bend? You've tackled both of those things, which can be really troubling for a lot of artists, and you've done a good job with it.
Oh yeah, no, Elrod's a good artist. That's true. We got a lot of good artists here. A few of them are not here today. We don't have the Cuban with us today. Another one's drunk, and Johan is working on dropping a new book right now, so he's kind of busy.
Oh, cool.
But those guys are all very distinct in their way as well. But
Very
excellent. Well, thank you very much, Elrod. You guys like what Elrod has done? Please vote from the straw poll. Let me go over here and see if I can get Mike back here with us, because he had a cool thing going on as well. And I don't know why it's just not
Discord is just doing
wanting to load. Mike,
Is it not loading, Chester?
No, can you do me a favor? Just drop it in the Discord, and I'll show it.
Yeah.
No, was that it's it now?
No,
I think I see it now,
Oh,
right?
there it is. Yeah, it's up now. It's
Yeah.
up. Yep. Oh, looks
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Great pose. This is, again, reminds me of a cartoon style, almost Disneyfied, if I may say so, where you've taken the shapes and simplified them out, which would make for more of an animated style, which is such a cool, different idea, something I never thought of. And it's everything that's there with the character is there. You got the costume details are great. I love the fingers, the big thick kind of fingers, and
Yeah, they
then
need some tooling yet, but yes, thank you.
no, but I love that. Again, if you're thinking about the Disney, like that 90s Disney Saturday morning cartoon style, like gargoyles and stuff like that. Like this style fits right in with that.
It's the Glen Keane, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the feet being, I can see where you're doing them, the feet being bigger. Super cool. Very, very nice stuff.
Yeah.
Again, I have no complaints. That's awesome.
It actually reminds me of a piece years ago with a different Mike. And he does like trading card art, and I think it was Sabretooth though. But so slightly different, but it was very similar pose, I remember. Yeah.
I pulled the aesthetics of the character reminded me like I guess a more polished version of Beast. So I just, with the talk of the era, I went for a little bit of beast squatting, but also McFarlane Spider-Man #1.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just threw it out there.
Awesome.
Great idea.
Yep.
That is cool. I want to see it finished.
I will. We'll be wrapping it up when we're done.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. If you like when Mike is done, please go to Banana Mike, of course. Go vote for him, straw poll. And of course, all of that has been dropped here by Jeff. So whilst you do that, I'll take a look at the couple of draw-longs we have, and then of course we'll go over and take a look at Doug's on Twitter. But let me see here. Oh, we got a few pieces that dropped in here. All right. Let's see what Jason Gonzalez has done for us. And he's done your rock guy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
These are draw long stuff that everybody will do. It looks really good, Jason. Thank you very much. And let me go over to the Twitters here. Now, I always try to put myself on a mission every week to actually try to find something that is cute and fun on Twitter. It's difficult. Yeah. Let me see here if I can find something. Well, it's a butt. Someone's
hello.
climbing in it. All right. What is that, in Korea? Okay. I joke, but Korea's got a lot of those kind of statues in the center of their
CBS
downtown.
News. Something.
Okay. Oh, someone's dying. That's not cute. Oh, that's kind of neat. No, that's kind of neat though. That is kind of cool. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, we get someone in Vietnam, maybe? A farmer? Okay. Oh, cats. Oh, we got cats. Trying to teach the cat to go through. Oh, very good. Successful. But now it won't go back. Oh, there we go. Good job, cat. Yep, that's cutish. Kind of cutish. This is, I don't know what this is. We got a Batman. Batman.
It must be that same guy. His name is actually Batman.
Is it?
Changed his name to Batman.
Oh, nice.
Legally?
Years ago,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was one of
Batman.
Southeast Asian country. Yeah, he called him. Yeah, he got himself his name legally changed to Batman.
That's
Part of it,
awesome.
like his middle name or something. I don't know.
That's cute. That cat is out, dude. Oh, somebody was having fun with
Orby.
the.
Oh.
Oh my. That was a child did that. Yep. Kids will do those kind of weird things. Old Chinese men.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Get him, old dude. Let's see here. Yeah, China's full of old people that do weird shit like this. No, seriously.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, they go to like the park and they'll do all kind of weird, just odd exercises like this on a daily basis. It's really bizarre.
Like, what are you training for?
Yeah, I know, but they do. I did
That
meet
meme.
a Shaolin monk once at the park, and he did some pretty amazing things. He actually had a staff, and he was doing demonstrations, and he actually was doing all the kind of spinning and kind of cool kung fu shit. But then he put the staff on the ground, and he had his hand on top of the staff, and he literally did a flip right over the staff while it stood there. It was pretty
That's
amazing.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, more cat. Quite a bit of cat stuff today. I'm happy about that. Aw.
Cats are great.
Okay, cat's in a bubble. It's got to suffocate. Death of a cat. A little girl can't see. She can't stand it. She's losing it. Oh, very good. All right, we'll go with the cat. All right, let me do my job.
That's pretty cute. Yeah.
It is super cute. Yeah, it is super cute. Let's go over here and take a look and see what Doug has done, of course, some Blue Moon cartoons. And we got ourselves a cow and chicken. Okay. Hey. Use with the face. Use better buy. I'm squad number 2, or I'm telling mama. Fair enough. I like the new take on Spectrum. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's great. I love the sentiment. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That's great.
It is.
Cow
Now, of
and
course, he's going to
chicken.
put music to it. Would you like to guess what kind of music you might get?
Mama had a chicken. Daddy had a cow.
He might.
Daddy was happy. He didn't care how.
Credits, I think. I know this was like the title card music.
Yeah.
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 It's like it's that Jefferson's era
Yeah.
TV. I love it.
Yeah, this was actually in Cow and Chicken. I remember it.
Cow
They
and
used
chicken.
that in Cow and Chicken,
Cow
yeah.
and
It was
chicken.
funny.
That's
Cat
great.
Dog, and of course, Ren and Stimpy was the best of it, though.
No,
Yeah.
Cat Dog was creepy.
Cat Dog was super creepy. It was all kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But
They were twins.
Courage the Cowardly Dog was another one. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky enough to have kids at that age, so I
What
got to
was
see
the
all
one
this
with
stuff.
where Worf was the dog's voice?
Oh, I Am Weasel?
It was around it.
Yeah.
Yes, Weasel. And Weasel.
You know, I think my favorite of that age, though, of course, all the the Batman
I
animated
Am
series,
Young
and
Brother.
Young Titans, and all that kind of Young Justice and all that stuff was
With
really
I.R.
cool.
Baboon.
But I love Samurai
I.R.
Jack, man.
Baboon.
And so Chester, I
No,
think
Johnny
we
Bravo.
skipped over. I think we skipped over Amy. Did we
No.
not see Amy's?
Did we?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Nope.
don't recall.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me. I
Chester's
thought
agenda.
I showed it.
I
But
don't
no,
think I-
maybe I didn't.
Anti-Amy.
Maybe she wasn't displaying at the time. That's okay. It's my fault.
maybe.
Let me come here and take a look at it. Yeah, because I did look at Melissa's, but not Amy's. All right, let's go take a look. Aw. Aw.
I have no
So-
idea on the colors for the guy. I'm sorry.
No, it looks
No,
great.
that's no. You got it. It's sort of that combination of oranges and reds, and it looks fantastic. Yep.
Yay.
Awesome.
Firepower, so it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
actually
no,
like the
that-
feet on the girl. That's pretty good.
I thought the same thing. You gave her there's a heel, but it's not like obvious or pointy or something like that. And
Nice.
I like the black underneath.
Hmm.
Because she has that so much of the costume is black. So
Yeah.
excellent.
Right.
Excellent
It's
stuff.
good. And you guys can vote for Amy too.
Yes.
So do that.
Lovely. Oh, and you gave her eyeshadow.
I thought it was kind of fun. She has so much
Yeah.
color on her outfit. I thought it was nice to have a little bit of something on her face. So
makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Makes
that's a
sense.
great idea.
Yeah, and she's very
Let's see
much the cute character, right?
Yeah. She's the youngest.
Jubilee.
She's
Like
yeah.
Jubilee.
right.
And as a guy, I would never think to put eyeshadow on her.
That's
I
fair.
think I did.
Yeah, that
Like-
is fair. Yeah, it is fair. Well, all right. Let me go over here and let me grab the straw poll myself and take a look at it. So here we go. All right. All righty. So, who won the Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Fan Edition M Squad competition? Very nice. So I have myself 6 choices today. And of course, I have to put them in order. And Jerry, please vote yourself. You can find in the actual chat on YouTube. You can find the link. But this is what I got. So, number 1, M stands for memory. Amaran.
Whoa.
It could. It's pretty good, Jeff. It could be M for memory. He's trying to come up with the meaning of your M. Number 2
Right.
is M stands for shut up, Chester. Keenma. Fair enough. Melissa, does M Squad have unicorns? Fair enough. It's a good question. It's a fair question.
It could.
It could have unicorns.
More of an Amy question.
I think it is more of an Amy question. I
Yeah.
agree.
But I will check for Amy.
Well, we're just chastising Jeff. That's okay. Um,
Okay.
Amy, which Smurf is part of M Squad? M Squad, of course, Lester. I would say whatever the chick's name was.
Smurfette.
Smurfette?
Smurfette. Well,
Smurfette?
that was lazy
Smurfette's
naming,
part of
wasn't it?
She's the only one, so she's like, okay,
Yeah.
you want an only Smurfette. At
That's
least
that's a tough job she got there. Of course, my favorite was Brainy
Well,
Smurf.
Gargamel did concoct her out of random liquids, so
He did. That is true. Yeah.
they're all alchemy.
sorry,
Yeah.
spoiler alert if no one's watched it before.
Oh, spoiler. Spoiler, yeah. It is weird that a strange little opera called The Magic Flute spawned a series of cartoons. It is kind of weird. And movies.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, we also have number 5. I could go with 2 Banana. In Japan, Chester can rent himself out as a scaffolding. I can do that. Yeah. It's true. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have El Rodimus. There should be an M Squad. Chicken crossover? Oh, what the hell are you talking about, Jeff?
You forgot about Chick King?
Oh, Chick
He didn't
King.
hyphenate it.
Chick King.
King?
Chick
Damn it,
He forgot
Jeff.
the hyphen.
It just looks
Forgot
like
it's
chicken.
a maiden name.
Yeah, no, Chick King. There should be an M
I'm
Squad Chick
ticking on that
King crossover.
spelling.
You know, there could be.
It
They
sounds
could
like
be.
an activity where you're out looking for babes.
Mhm.
Chicking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chicky.
Yeah.
Of course,
The
the
was that
bright.
chicken? No, no.
You know what? That would be. You know what, Armoron? That would be great. You could do something like that. Okay, you two got to collaborate, and then you got to have Wayne and Garth in the background.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we did have
Twin.
Mitch Breitweiser's Rooster book there, but I kind of prefer Elrod's Chick King, to be fair.
Because he's better.
He is
Because he's
better.
cool.
He is cool.
He's fun.
And
He
he's
is fun.
powered by chicken.
He is powered by chicken.
Fried chicken?
Yeah.
Powered by fried
Garlic
chicken.
parmesan.
Although I
Double
hear
fried
Bojangles is better, though.
Korean chicken.
And then when someone finds out the secret recipe, it's yeah.
It's his weakness.
All right, so
The
what am I going to
Colonel.
vote for? Well, Armoron's going to stay where it is because I like what Armoron did. Kima's is really good, so I'll leave that there. Let's see here. 2 Minute Mike's was pretty cool. I like what Elrod did. Maybe do like that.
There
Okay, I'm
are
done.
no bad answers.
Oh, yes,
because
there are.
everybody killed it.
Oh no, it's of course, but
Yeah,
someone
points
is
mean
the winner,
nothing.
and of course, not shocked at all. Not shocked. I voted for you, Armoron. I voted
Yeah,
for you.
I see that. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So but anyway, I'll give it a minute here. I do need to go grab something real quick. Jeff, can you make noise for like a minute?
Okay.
And it's literal Jeff.
My lips are getting dry.
Singers do that to warm up with their voices. What is this?
I can get the
That's
voice
fine,
right. I can, if my voice is just set up just right, I can do Jordan Peterson.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I could hear that.
Cool.
Okay, buddy.
Look, no, it's not set up right, but look at
Yeah.
look at here, Bucko.
That's a hell of a thing to
Looking
do
at my
there, eh?
lobsters. Mm-hmm.
I like Jordan
Why?
Peterson.
It doesn't
Yeah.
explain why. The study indicates why men don't clean their room. Bucko.
Make you. I like him though. He was a good voice. That was needed.
Yep. I have to have
You
more
know?
gravel in. I have to have more gravel in my voice.
Look
and
at
I
the
just
straw poll
can't do it right
now.
Wow.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Amy, did Jeff do a good job?
Yes.
Okay, that wasn't Amy to
I
answer.
think so.
I'm suspect.
Oh. I'm just trying to keep my microphone off so it won't make noise.
It sounds good now. I don't know why. Occasionally you're having some trouble today,
Yeah.
but it sounds real good now.
It sounded like the show was on in the background, so it was reverberating.
Yeah, it was a weird look, kind of like a background echo. It was kind of weird, but it's good now,
Yeah.
so it's all good. All right, well, thank you very much, Jeff, and of course, thank you very much to Mike, Amy, Melissa, Elrod, and Kima. Awesome. But today's winner is Amron. It looks like all the votes came in whilst I was doing what I was doing, and congratulations, Amron. Claps.
Way to go, Amron.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Woohoo.
I'm assuming Eric will take and throw all those points together when he's not drunk. He's pretty
Yeah,
drunk though.
he's probably using multiple VPNs again.
He probably is. He's cheating. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. But
I
anyway,
don't know what VPN he's using though, because usually it tells you can't use a VPN when you vote on this thing.
Does it?
Yeah, on the VPN I use, it's like if I have it on, it says nope, turn off your VPN.
Interesting. All right. Well, nevertheless, thank you guys all coming in today. Appreciate you. Of course, I'm not sure what exactly we're doing next week because I don't have Eric here. Maybe he'll put it in the chat. Is next week Cheech and Chong or is that later?
Oh, please let it be Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Is next week Cheech and Chong or Bible?
Oh, maybe next week's Bible because of the Easter thing.
Which week does,
No, next week is Cheech and Chong.
And then the week after that
Okay.
is Bible. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So Cheech and Chong, awesome.
Wow.
That should be fun. They do have a new movie coming out. I think that's why we're doing that. But nevertheless, let me go here and see what everybody's doing. And I'm going to come to you at the end, Jerry, and you give
Okay.
your final elevator pitch for us, okay? And then Jeff
Sounds
will
great.
take us out of here. So let me just go down the list here real quick. So let's start over here. Amron, I really liked your piece today, Amron. It was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
It's
you
in
got
my
anything you
wheelhouse.
want?
It's kind of in my wheelhouse, even though you know what I usually draw. But
Yeah.
this is what I like. Like Jerry's story about how he started out. It's basically how I started out as well. I was doing it in high school, and I actually did like a short comic for my art major.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So why don't you make one now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
Well, I mean, it could be fun. You know,
I bet it'd be great.
Yeah, just
And
a
we
lot of
could
work.
do a show about it.
it is a lot of work, but you also have a lot of
Yeah.
people around here with a lot of experience. We got people that put out their own comics, people that do publishing, editing. We got a lot of people around here that could help you out, you know.
When you're
Yeah,
doing
no.
your own book, you can take as much time as you want.
Yeah.
You get the artwork done. If it's a page time, a couple pages here and there, and
I got 30
before you know it,
pages,
you've got a
yeah.
whole comic.
I do have 30 pages, but it's like, oh shit, I have to do this all over again now. I'm that type of person who goes, I
Uh,
need to start this over. This is no good. I'm just, own worst critic.
Ah, well,
yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
know when to stop, right? And when
Kind
to
of
get the
old
brush down.
now, so it's like, I need to update it, fix it up, that sort of thing. But yeah, I've got something
Yeah.
going.
Nah, I get that. I got over that long, long time ago. Of course, I
Mhm.
don't do art, but with my my writing stuff, and I just do it and send it to an editor and let them worry about it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, like my comic I did in high school, it also was like terrible. It was bad.
Oh well, because you were in
Yeah,
high school.
yeah, it's
right?
cool. I got top marks for it anyway, so
Then it wasn't terrible, was it?
I do remember when I was a
looking
kid.
back on it now, yes, it is. It was terrible looking back on it now.
I don't know if any of you remember this, but it might have been late 70s or early 80s. Stan Lee was like he was on like some morning show or something. Was it Sesame Street or was it just some morning news show? I can't remember, but Stan was on there. Of course, Stan was always great at promoting Marvel constantly. But he actually had a young high school kid with him on the show. And he was trying to inspire people to get into doing comic book art for the future, right? And he introduced that kid, and he said, "This is a great up and coming artist, and we're going to give him some opportunity at Marvel." I can't remember who that was though. Anybody remember that interview? Might have been late
Yeah.
70s.
That was Armor On.
There you go. But I'm just saying, occasionally you do get the youngins will get opportunity, but it usually takes time. I
He's
do
the
remember
next
that
big
kid.
artist.
But anyway, thank you very much, Amron. It's a really good piece today, dude.
And
All
it's my
right.
birthday next week, and I am in the very middle-aged now.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute. It's your birthday? Oh.
next week, yeah.
Next week's your birthday.
Oh,
How old are you
Yeah.
going to be?
Awesome.
can you pick out
50.
something I can draw for birthday present?
50.
Well,
Oh, wow. You're closer to me than I
50.
thought.
happy early
Yeah.
birthday, because I'll probably be drunk and will forget.
Oh, that's
Okay,
okay.
yeah. That's
So,
fine.
well, it looks like Eric, too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, happy early birthday. You're
Thank
not Russian, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Because they get upset if you
It's
wish them a
like
birthday
blood,
that's
buddy.
not precisely on the
Born
day of
here,
their
but
birthday. They
yeah,
get very upset.
yeah, Croatian background.
Yeah, this. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, the Slavs though, they're really superstitious about that for some reason. I don't know what it is. But anyway, awesome. Thank you very much. Moving on to the girls. I'll start with Amy because she's first in line. So how you doing, girls? What's going on?
I'm okay. Hopefully, I can get my computer sorted out here eventually. The audio working. But yeah, doing good. Working on rendering some stuff. It's coming along better than I expected, actually. Well, I guess you don't know till you actually throw it in a 3D engine and see what Godot does with it. But for now, it's looking pretty good. So, yay.
Well, there we go. And how about you, Melissa? And of course, you sound real good now.
Oh, thank
Yeah, I don't know what
goodness.
it
Oh,
was. You were just getting some weird echo. Um,
Yeah.
how you doing, Melissa? What's up?
oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Make good headway. Just swatting away at the program. Uh, engine's looking good. Just keep it on, and oh, I'm kind of working on a little like a social. I have a little Discord channel.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that earlier. I can share a link later if anyone's interested. Um, I understand if you want those kind of like if they want to get into like game development or things like that, and they just kind of maybe want to talk to with like other people. Like it's a support. It's mostly intended for Christian creatives, but it's like yeah, because there's like a little prayer section and a little Bible study place. Like if you don't like that kind of thing, you might not enjoy it. But I mean, it'd be if you'd like to go there and uh hang out with other people, check out what people are working on, and you know have like a little support group. I'd be happy for it. You want to come over? I call it Culture Climb. It's just like I wanted to be this sort of like to encourage people who want to make art, but like or maybe tempted with distractions or things like that. Just someone to talk to, share their work, look for advice, share links to cool videos, stuff like that.
No, sounds good. Sounds
Great.
good. What's the name of that again? What's the name of that channel?
Culture Climb. I could like post it on the Discord if on
Please do.
if it's okay with you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you could post anything you want in the Discord. That's what it's there for. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, girls. Let's continue on. Hi, Kima.
Hello.
I like this is a nice page you're working on here.
Kima!
Yeah, that's the cover.
I love the brickwork. That is awesome.
Ooh.
So this is your cover. And what's the name of this character or this book again?
Night Howl.
Night Howl. That's a good name.
Ah.
Yeah, I've had this character designed for like 20 years, so
I know the feeling. That's my characters are like 20 years old too.
yeah.
Nice.
Probably not the best night to be working on after I've been drinking. So
Well, I mean, it looks good though. Yeah, it's interesting.
It looks
We
great.
have a lot of
Oh, yeah.
artists and
It
indies
adds
on here, and you
flair, yeah.
guys kind of always say the same thing. Oh, this is from when I was a high school kid or something like that. It's interesting that it's all kind of starts then, huh?
Mhm.
well, I had
Yeah.
nothing better to do.
Fair enough. Of course, we can't wait to see the book done. It must be
Neither do I.
close now. I've seen many, many, many pages.
No, because just like Armor on, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Why? This page looks
Yep.
great.
Yeah, we could be
Yeah.
separated at birth, kind of, because like, yeah, just
Yeah, maybe. Oh no,
we
I'm
hate
working on it.
talking. We hate talking on this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, my friends are like, yeah, I should just fucking stream and get it over with. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm going to try streaming.
Fair
And I'm
enough.
like, there's going to be a lot of dead air.
Well,
The hardest part is just starting, and you just
that's
got to
true.
do it. And you realize, yeah, you like you said, it might be dead air. You might not get a lot of people watching to start with, but just keep with it, and it'll start to gain traction.
Oh yeah, like a few years ago, I did it for like 6 months, and there's like nobody ever watched, and I'm like, nah, what am I
Yeah,
doing?
you just got to be conscious of it and keep at it. That's all. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the dead air is an issue, which is why I'm always chatting.
Yes.
Well,
I don't
there's streams
talk.
out there where it's like no commentary
They don't.
streams. You know, they do exist.
Yeah, but that's that weird, creepy ASMR stuff.
Well, not exactly.
Yeah, just eat crackers while you draw pictures. People
Mhm.
will love it.
In
Like
the
Picardo
Discord, I
streams
posted
are
my
usually quiet.
goofy PNG tuber video that I was trying out.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, it's in, I post. Where did I even post it? I did post it. Did anyone see it?
Oh, you posted
I
it here right now. Oh, let me go take a look.
I think it's in
Ooh.
in progress, maybe. Yeah, it's in the progress.
Where did you put it? In a draw long or?
No, it's in the art chat in the Discord in progress.
In progress, yeah.
I spent a day learning how to make one of those fucking things.
I have no. What do you mean art chat? Where's that?
It's one of the headers in the Discord down towards the bottom. So there's it's a subsection. So there's a section called Art Chat, and then it says promo and critique, in progress, inspiration.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, in progress.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, you guys play. I don't even pay attention to anything you guys do.
Wow.
Gee, Dad, that makes me feel so good.
Yep.
Dude,
I'm like,
there's so much art in here, man. It's pretty good.
What,
Look at all that. That's
what did I
great.
post?
Well, look at all that. That's
So-
pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I am curious because I saw you just right before the post you were talking about. You posted the pencils for this, but obviously now you're working digitally. So did you do traditional pencils, scan it, and now you're doing digital inks?
Yeah, that one was actually done in pencil, blue pencil.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I loved. There's I have a tablet. I would love to work digitally sometimes, but there's something about the tactile nature of drawing on paper, having it as I work. I put all of my pages in a portfolio, so I see the book come together, in my hands as I do it, and I really enjoy that.
Oh yeah, like, I do enjoy drawing on paper more, but I have limited space, so digital's more practical.
Sure, but
So
your
it's like-
pencils were very nice, and these inks are great too. Your attention to perspective here is to be applauded because it's very easy to A, mess it up, or B, fudge it and mess it up.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you've done a really nice job of keeping it accurate in a zoomed in area. So my applause.
Yeah, no, Kima's excellent. Yeah, her sequentials are great.
Yeah,
But
especially after
that
my
is.
drinking.
Well, I still think it looks good though. But yeah, no, these various little things, I should probably click on them every now and then, huh?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. I just can't be bothered, But anyway, thank you very much, Kima. Mike, what you doing?
Same as always. I got nothing to report right now. When I do, you'll know.
Well, get
So you
on
can find
it.
me. Huh?
Fair enough.
Hurry up.
Hurry up,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll know when I say
All
something.
right, fine. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's all right. I'm just
Um,
practicing because I got to give my son
I
a
know.
call and tell him, "Where's the baby?" I got to do like that.
Hurry up.
Hurry up.
Yeah, no, you can just
There
you,
you
you
go.
can find me on Twitter,
Get on that baby making.
and I see that the link is in the chat. So, 2Banana Mike at Twitter, you'll find me there.
Sweet. And of course, Jeff has dropped all the links for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Thank you very much, Jeff. Well, thank
Yeah.
you very much, Mike. Let's go see if Elrod has anything else to add to this just sparkling dialogue I'm getting today. Elrod?
Sparkle, everybody, sparkle.
Oh.
Yeah, the CF
Uh-huh.
color covers for literacy is going on now. So if you want to bid, don't bid on Gabrielle's because I want that apes cover. It's breaking all records as far as I know. But go to Four Color Fantasies on Facebook or Instagram. You can look at all the different covers and then DM them and tell Eric you want to bid.
There you go. Yeah, I haven't seen Gabby in
And
a
then
while.
go
She's a
tell Eric
great
we'll jump
artist.
off a bridge.
Dude.
No, Gabby's cool. I like Gabby's stuff. Awesome. Well, thank you for reminding us of that. And don't talk to Eric today because he's pretty much in his cups, I'd say. But awesome.
Wrong Eric.
Yeah. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Rosa had to go. Yeah, I got everybody. Very good. So, thank you all very much. Come back next week for Cheech and Chong, I believe. And of course, we'll have our guys at our conventions this weekend. We'll be back, and we'll have a lot of fun. But before we do that, we're going to go over here to Jerry, and he's going to give us his final elevator pitch. And then after which, we will have Jeff take us out of here. So, Jerry, would you like me to show your page, your Indiegogo page, or do you want to show something on the live stream here?
No, the Indiegogo page is fantastic because that is definitely where I want people to go. That's where I need the support. But M Squad is in my opinion, the best superhero comic that you haven't heard of yet. And my goal is to get it into your hands. This new issue is 40 pages, full color, action and excitement. It's a great story, really cool characters. You can see from the work that everybody here did tonight. I think the character designs really resonate with people. The team is forced to save a city from techno-terrorists. And the question is, will they be up to it or not? And the only way to find out is to buy the book and check it out. And I know things are tough and times are tough. I have perks or options starting in the campaign as low as $5 for a digital copy. So I want to make sure that there's a price that's affordable for everybody. So please go ahead, check those out. Chester has given me some amazing suggestions on ways to improve the page and campaign, which I'll be working on this weekend. So check back if you haven't checked it out yet. And and at the very least, if you can't back, please share the campaign. Let it get it out to people who may be interested, somebody that might not be in my social media circle. And get the word out because, again, I think it's a comic book that's made for comic book lovers by a comic book fan. So I really highly recommend it to anybody who feels like maybe, your regular mainstream comics are letting you down right now.
Sweet. Well said. That is a good point. Get out there and share the love and let people know about it. And of course, if you get back it, please do. It's a good looking book. The art is great. So thank you all very much. Thank you very much, Jerry. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you all.
Good luck to you, dude. Without question.
Thank you.
Let me see.
I am so humbled. I just want to say I'm so humbled by what y'all did and the artwork that came out tonight and what you took from my creation is amazing. I really, some of y'all drew better than I do, and I'm totally impressed. And I'm also really touched by the welcoming that y'all brought. Put to me as you don't know me, but you brought me on and shared. So thank you for your time and helping me in my creation. And I hope I get a chance to come back and maybe draw something in one of your things sometime. So
You're welcome
I'd love
anytime,
to
dude.
be involved.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'd love to have you come on as just an artist. That would be great too. Now you were working on a sketch. Do you want to show it to us?
Sure. Yeah. I while everybody was working, I said, well, why don't I do something? So this is 9x12. So we've got Boldar up close and personal.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
There we go.
That's great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. was fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming in. We do appreciate it, and I do mean it when I say you're welcome anytime. That is real deal. We love
Very
having
cool,
more
thanks.
artists come and join us, and of course that's the great thing about Discord. We're not limited. We can have as many as we want.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
That
and
is nice.
it is, and of course, with me using Streamlabs, it's not limited on this side either. Nevertheless, thank you all very much. We'll see you all next week. And Jeff, dude, take us out of here, man.
Buy my book and namaste.
Namaste.
There you go.
Sweet, short and sweet. Very good. Later, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
So can we get the first issue on
Yes, so I do have copies of the first issue, and my plan was always to do it as an add-on. So if somebody wanted to buy it,
Ah.